All right, let's go ahead and we are live. You want to just turn this a little bit this way?
Yep.
Beautiful, beautiful.
So I'm not hogging the screen.
Just so that we can get some stuff done here, folks. Just want to welcome you down here. Holy cow. We're going to get started here in a moment. We got to check to make sure that this is actually working and that we're good to rock here. And as of right now, it looks like it is. Sound is playing. You can hear us talking. Beautiful. All right. So welcome down. Some of you are already members of our community and some of you are not. This is on the public hangout page. And so, we're going to give a brief intro. Info
too.
Myself and Angela, as well as the company, as well as the community here, what it's all about. But first, let's talk about why you're here tonight. There's probably a whole bunch of different reasons. If you're a member of the community, well, then you probably wanted to hear some of the news that I just posted in the Facebook group. I had posted about 10-15 minutes ago that people that don't hear what we're going to talk about tonight will literally be missing out on money for life, right? Me and Angela were actually just taking a walk down by the river over there, and we can't BS you and say these are the exact numbers that are going to happen, because quite honestly, we don't know, folks. And unlike a lot of people out there, we're not going to make up numbers. And say this is what happens and this is what will happen and this is what industry standards are and things of that nature. Like, we won't do that. Why? Because it's just a bunch of BS. It's not really cool. A lot of other companies out there do stuff like that. They just make things up so they can sell more stuff, and we're not going to make things up so we can sell more stuff. What we like to do, and you're going to understand this in a little bit when I talk about how we originally launched the community here of Freedom Fighters Network, and then what's going to happen this coming Sunday that's going to lead into next week, that what we actually like to do is prove our point by getting results, and then all of a sudden the hurricane happens. Then all of a sudden the tornado, the whirlwind happens, and people just get sucked in, right? Because right now there's definitely people looking at us from all over the place. There's a little bit of whispers going on. There's a little bit of stuff going on, but people are pulled in all different directions. Well, I'll tell you what, 90 days ago or so, when we first launched the Freedom Fighters Network, we did it so silently, no one knew about it. Within a day, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people had seen it within a day of the day that we launched. Previous to that, about 200 people had seen it. Well, about 10,000 people had seen it through our advertising and whatnot. But all of a sudden, the day we launched, hundreds of thousands of people saw it in a few days. Why was that? We're going to talk about that tonight. It's unlike what most other people do, is what we did back then, and we're actually taking some of that same concept. Now, we obviously won't be as quiet as we were then, because clearly over the last 90 days we've done a lot of things, and people are still talking about us and whatnot that aren't involved. And then there's literally thousands of people that are running with us right now that are super excited. So obviously people know about us. Obviously people have seen us around. We can't keep it as quiet as we did back then. That being said, the same thing is about to happen, right? The same thing is about to happen come Sunday, and you're going to learn about this tonight. You're here because you want to learn how to make bigger commissions. Maybe in the email copy or invite that you got here, you heard about making $400 to $3,298 commissions. We're going to talk about that tonight. We're going to discuss that. Before we get into those commissions and how you can earn them, and folks, those are commissions. Like, that's not like, it's not saying how we're going to help you earn $3,300 this week. That's a single commission. Yeah. You can earn as many of them as you want to go out there and earn, So, there's some people that are going to make a couple $1,000s next week. There's some people that are going to make $10,000 plus next week. There's some people that are going to make $50,000 to $100,000 next week. And, it's going to happen, So that's the really cool stuff here. With that being said, did you want to go out and say anything before we start telling the story of how we got here, where we're going, and why it's all exciting that this is happening right now?
I'm just super excited. I probably don't have too much more to share before we kind of jump into kind of how we typically start out our hangouts, which is telling you guys really how we got to this point. Because before you can understand how we're going to go to the next point, which is what Jordan was just talking about in earning anywhere between $400 commissions and $3,298 commissions, it's really important that you guys understand how we actually got here. So, Jordan and I, just to give you a little bit of background on us, we've been in the industry now for just about 6 years. I personally struggled for about 4.5 years before finally breaking through. Jordan struggled for, was it like 22 months or something, and then you broke through?
Yep.
Okay, so it took him 22 months, took me 4.5 years. During that time, I went $45,000 into debt, trying to figure things out. During the time that Jordan was trying to figure things out, he maxed out all of his credit cards and actually had to figure out free marketing before he was able to break through. But then something, really interesting happened when both of us started earning, 5-figure monthly income consistently. And what happened is we discovered that it's not just me that struggled in the beginning. It's not just Jordan that struggled in the beginning. What we found was that after sponsoring, over 1,000 people personally, not even including team production, but sponsoring 1,000 people personally, that everybody struggles. That after sponsoring that many people, a small handful of people, literally less than 5 people from our teams combined, were actually succeeding and actually creating freedom in their lives, and enough freedom to be able to, quit their jobs and literally start living that, that internet lifestyle that you always hear about. People going on vacations all the time, people staying home, people, literally working out of their laptop. There was less than a handful of people out of 1,000 that we personally sponsored that were able to achieve that. So going back about 3 months ago now, we'd seen the disconnect for a while, and finally about 3 months ago when we got together, we basically said enough is enough. We're going to stop bringing people into something wherein we really don't believe they're going to actually succeed. And we're going to start we didn't actually realize what it was going to be. We didn't realize it was going to be as big of a movement as it was. But what we wanted to actually create 3 months ago was a way for our team to succeed. What we wanted was a way that, any person could come into our team and have a way where they could not know too many things about marketing, not be able to have to learn how to write the perfect headline, how to create an ad on Bing, how to do Google AdWords, how to do Facebook marketing, how to do all these different advanced marketing skills, how to build a proper sales funnel, how to do a video. These are all things that, once you get started in typical companies, on the internet marketing world anyways, they give you training for all these different things, and they say, okay, well, now that you got started with this system, you've got to learn all these different things. Well, the reason why so many people struggled and so many people failed is what Jordan found out, and I found out over the years, is that people don't, A, have time to go through that much training before they make money, and B, the learning curve, even if they have time to go through that training, it's so stiff that they don't really get past it, that they don't actually stick around long enough to really have success. The average amount of time that somebody will stick around in this industry, if they're not making money, right, the longest time they'll stick around on average is 43 days. So when we got together and in looking for a solution for our team, we wanted a way where somebody could, A, come in and not know much and still be able to make money, and B, we wanted it to be scalable and duplicatable, wherein, they wouldn't just earn, little commissions. We wanted them to be able to earn higher level commissions, $400 commissions, $3,000 commissions, a few $1,000 commissions, because we know that that's how the real money is made in this industry. There's a little bit of a myth, a fallacy that I've heard about for years, and you may have heard about it too, and it's the myth of residual income. Like when I got started, I had this dream that I was going to have this, team in the tens of thousands, and everybody was going to be producing, and everybody was going to stick, and everybody was just going to keep, on their auto ship and things. And it just doesn't happen these days. It doesn't happen with the internet. So you need a way to be able to earn not just $25 per sale, but you need a way to be able to earn more than that per sale. So you can actually, earn all the money that you would earn over the course of, say, 3 years, but earn it all in one day. Earn it all in one commission. Imagine if you could condense time and earn all of that money in one sale. That's what when we broke through, that's what happened, right? We're going to talk about our story as we go through over the course of this hangout. We're going to talk about, how exactly we broke through, how exactly that happened, and why you guys need to be able to make big commissions, because it is the key to actually having freedom in this industry. It's not about having a team of 10,000 people wherein you're earning $25 a piece off each one of them. Can that happen? Yes, absolutely, that can happen. And it will happen here because we actually do have a way where people are duplicating, right? And people are sticking because they're making money. But that being said, wouldn't it be cool if you could earn so much more money so much faster before you were able to get a team? What if you had a team of 10 or 20 people and you were still making $10,000 a month? What if you're bringing in 10 people a month and you could still earn enough money to quit your job? That's what we were going for when we initially launched the company. I'm gonna maybe go ahead and pass it back over to Jordan because I'm getting out of breath here. I want to grab a drink of water because the way that we launched to actually prove this concept and prove that it worked different than any other company has ever launched. I'll have him kind of go over that with you, and then what we'll do is actually jump into really our game plan for you and how exactly happens literally in the next 48 hours. I am so excited. I cannot believe this is like pre-launch Eve. Pre-launch Eve. That's what it is. I love it. Cool. So do you want to maybe talk about
absolutely. Awesome, folks. So my God, like Angela said, pre-launch Eve. I am freaking pumped here for what's about to happen. Now, just to let you know up front, folks, you've been invited here. This is a public page. This is a public hangout page. But if you're not a member of Freedom Fighters Network, you don't get to learn about what's coming next. You don't get access to learn about the top tier. That is a insider access only to learn about that business model, to learn about the product line, to learn about all the stuff. In order to get access to our pre-launch, which you can actually do for free, you can become a free member by clicking the button down below with the person who invited you here. You'll get started with them. It's a 7-day free trial. You'll be there on Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern is when we are going live for our pre-launch. And we're going to lay out the game plan of pre-launch, blackout, launch mode, what's going to happen, why it's going to be different, all these different things, as well as a few of the different incentives that people will get for being there during pre-launch, right? And we'll discuss why that is later, why we want to put some special incentives together for people that are a part of it during pre-launch, for people that decide to take action during pre-launch, and really how this is going to put more in people's pockets for life. You know, this one's really exciting. When we thought of this the other day, I was like, holy cow, people are gonna be excited. I was excited. I literally, Angela was excited. We thought of this idea at about, I think 10:15 or so last Thursday night at 3:30 in the morning, because we were just so pumped. We were like walking around in circles and like, oh my God, this is amazing. I can't believe we just thought of this, right? People are gonna love this stuff, you know? So we're gonna, but like Angela said, let me jump back to what we did to launch the Freedom Fighters Network and a little bit about what it is, because a lot of people are like, well, what is it? You know, it's like, yeah, you guys are excited. Yeah, they've never gotten results before. People are making money who've never made money before. People are about to make a whole lot more money that have never made money before, or that have made a little bit of money are about to make a whole lot more, or people that have even made a good amount of money are about to literally just go through the roof with what's going to be laid out here this coming Sunday, right? But what is it all, right? We originally built this, the Freedom Fighters Network, because, you know, and it's not even just the last company we're involved in. Pretty much in every single company we've ever been involved in, people struggle to get people through the front door. They struggle to make front-end sales, right? They struggle to get a new team member to come and say, hey, yes, I want to work with you, right? Like Angela said, in all the times that we've brought people into different things, we've literally had a handful, that's 5, right? Or less people that have gone on to produce any significant level of result, meaning, you know, they've made a few $1,000s a month consistently. I'm not talking about someone who made, you know, $1,000 this month and then struggling to make $200 a month after that. I'm talking about people who have literally gone on to make a few $1,000s a month consistently, or even upwards of $10,000, $15,000 a month consistently, right? People that are actually able to quit their jobs and build what we call the dream of the home business industry. All these people preach about this dream, and you get in there, like you can join, you can market, you can make money instantly. It's the awesomest, coolest, easiest thing ever. And then you get in and they're like, okay, now make a list of your friends and family and contact all of them. And then, you know, and then talk them into why they want to start a business. Let me share something with you really quick, folks. Going to people that have no interest or are not searching for something is the wrong people to target. It would be like me. It'd be like someone trying to sell me tampons for myself. I don't use them. I'm not a girl, right? You know, don't take any offense if that kind of like weirded you out. I just thought of that in my mind right now. I apologize if that kind of threw you for a loop. It threw me one for one too, you know? But the point being is that's not something I would use. So someone trying to convince me of why I need to buy that, it would be kind of crazy, right? That's no different than trying to convince someone that has no interest in starting a business. They're not entrepreneurial. They don't think outside the box. They like working for whatever hourly wage they get because they have a guaranteed paycheck at the end of the week, provided they show up to work and provided they still have a job. They like that security, which really doesn't exist. That's all a myth. They like that, right? To someone who's not already looking for a business opportunity to try and sell them on a business opportunity is the worst idea in the world. It's like asking strangers on the street, hey, if I could show you how to make money, would you be excited? Would you rather do that all day, or would you rather have someone come to you and say, hey, I'm interested in making money, how do I do it? Right? Like, what would you rather have, right? I would rather have someone come to me and say, hey, I'm interested in making money, can you show me how? And I'd be like, yeah, here's a video, watch it. Except I don't do that, the system does that automatically, right? That's what we wanted to build and put in place because we were sick of people being taught just all this useless stuff that doesn't really work, that doesn't actually help them build a business. We were also sick of watching people, even within online systems and things of that nature, wherein they have to come in and then they're like, okay, yeah, I can market. This system does the conversions. This system has a sales video. All this stuff is awesome. But then I have to come in and figure out marketing. Then I have to come in and figure out how to generate leads. Then I have to come in and figure out how to get traffic to the front of that and do all these different, learn all these marketing strategies that, quite honestly, folks, they don't take a few hours to learn. They don't take a few days to learn. You know, it took me 6 months to make my first commission online. Why? Because I had to learn all the marketing strategies to get people to the front door and then figure out, not only once I got them to the front door and they're like, hey, I might be interested in what you're talking about, to then convince them more that they wanted to buy what it is that we were selling, right? There's all different skill sets that go into that. Well, what if we could literally help people by putting together a funnel, a sales funnel, or a series of websites where they came to you, said, hey, I'm interested. Then you showed them a sales process and they're like, yeah, that makes sense. I'm going to get started, right? And they just got started because you provided not only the system and the sales funnels, but you also provided the hungry prospects, the people that were coming to the front door and saying, hey, let me in, I want in. And all they had to do was say, hey, I want XYZ amount of people to come to my website. Here's a little bit of money, or whatever amount of money that I want to give you. I want that many people to come to my website, and everything is done for me. And I don't have to actually understand how any of that stuff works or why it works or any of that stuff when I'm getting started. And here's the cool thing. People could get results before they ever had to understand marketing, right? Here's why this is so amazing. Here's why this is such a powerful concept, folks. It's because when I got started, about 2 to 3 months in, I said, you know what the secret is? It's being able to tell people that I have results. It's being able to say, hey, look, I got this result. Here, let me show you how. But I didn't have results. So I'm like, okay, so how? Okay, this guy can get people to join him because he made $2 million last year. So if someone says, can you show me how to make money? He's like, well, yeah, I made $2 million last year. Well, I can show you how I did it, right? If someone came to me and said, Jordan, can you show me how to make $2 million this year? I'd say, well, no, because I hadn't done it. At that point in time, I hadn't made any money. So if someone was like, can you show me how to make money? I'd be like, well, I can point you in the direction of them, but I haven't made money yet, right? That's kind of like where my confidence lacked. That's where like I wasn't out there marketing the right kind of stuff because I didn't have any results to speak of. Well, wouldn't it be a lot easier if you got a result without understanding why, and then you're able to go out there and say, hey, you're wanting to make money, you want to make money, you're looking for a system or a process or a proven thing that works where you can make money. What I can do is I can show you what I did because I got results. I just got started like a week ago and I already got results. Let me show you how, right? It's a whole lot more exciting. It's a whole lot easier for you to go out there and do that when you actually have results. I mean, I've seen people go out there and lie. I've seen people go out there and say, hey, yeah, look at the results I'm getting. I just made $5,000 last month, when in reality, they haven't made anything and they're just literally taking screenshots of other people's stuff. And the truth of the matter is that person doesn't get results anyway because they're still marketing the same fake screenshots, right? I see it. It's kind of funny, you know? It's kind of sad, actually. And it's kind of BS because they're lying out there. But if you don't have to lie and you can honestly tell people, look, I got results, I can show you how I did it, they're going to want to work with you, right? Especially when you say, look, I don't even know what I'm doing, right? I have no clue what I'm doing. I just plugged in with this thing. If I got results, you can too. They're like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. If you don't know what you're doing and I don't know what I'm doing, but you're making money, I might want to follow what you're doing, right? That's the beautiful thing here, folks. So we wanted to build a funnel. And I know I've kind of talked in circles about that a lot. It's just really exciting to me. Plus, I have like a can and a half of Red Bull in me. That's what we wanted to put together for people. We wanted a way where they could get results because as soon as someone can get their result, this is the only thing I've done from the beginning till now is I've taken my very first result and I've gone out there and I've said, hey, I got results. Let me show you how I did it. And then I got more results because of it, right? I made more money because of it. And then I said, hey, let me show you how I got this result. And I got more results because of it. And I just kept leveraging that stuff up the way. Angela, the same thing. When we came together, we were able to push our results together and say, look at what we've achieved together. Now it's literally like skyrocketing to the moon, right? It's literally going absolutely insane. And all we're going to continue doing is not taking our own results, but then we go and pull people up and say, look at this person, they got results, and look at that person, they got results, and look at that person, and that person, and that person. Look at all these different people that are getting results. It's not just us, right? That's all we've done over the years is we've proven it. We've gotten results ourselves. We've told people about those results. We said, I can show you how to do it. Then we've helped people get results. And then you go and say, oh my God, look at these people that are getting results by working with me. Here you go. You want to learn how? Come work with me, right? That's all. That's the whole game, folks. That's the entire industry. It's that simple, right? It all starts with being able to get that first result, which is where most people struggle, which is why most people give up after 43 days. Did you know, folks, the average person lasts 43 days in an opportunity before they give up? Why? Because they don't get that initial result. Because they don't have a way to get that initial result. If we could help people get initial results, they could tell that story and roll it over into more results. They could go on Facebook and Twitter and YouTube and all this stuff and tell those stories and get more results. Again, it all starts with that first result. That's what we put together here, folks. We put together a very simple system wherein people can get results without understanding or knowing anything. And then we have a literally expansive, growing marketing training library, as well as personal development training library, entrepreneurial training from different people who've made six and seven figures online before, teaching you mindset as well as marketing training on how to become a successful entrepreneur. We've got some phenomenal trainings, not only back there already, but stuff that's being added as we speak. We've got people that are putting together and testing different strategies, different paid strategies, different free strategies that are being put together, and we're going to be adding them back there as we speak, so that once you go out there and get that initial result, then you go out and learn all these marketing strategies that everyone's putting together, and you say, now you market your result to the world, right? Once you have a result, you now get to market that to the world. That's where this training library comes in, right? Well, it doesn't just stop there, right? The entire goal, folks, our entire goal in the original sales video we shot for the Freedom Fighters Network, we talked about wanting to help people get to 5 figures a month. And I'm going to actually share some really cool stuff with you here, folks. We originally were going to call our system the 5-figure income formula, right? That's what we were originally going to call our system. And as we were thinking, we were thinking about it for a long time. The truth of the matter is that is a result is that is like that's not a reason why you're doing something. It doesn't come from the heart necessarily. This is like, oh, here's what we want to help you achieve. Here's what we want to do, right? Like it's a what. And if you've ever read a book called Start With Why by Simon Sinek, you understand that when people start with like what they're selling, they start with the product base and they go from there and work backwards, they typically don't do as well. In fact, almost always don't do as well as someone who starts with a purpose, with a reason why they're doing something, and work the other way around. Why is that? Because people can attach themselves to a reason. They can attach themselves to a movement. A reason why is so much bigger than, like if I'm selling TVs, right? Or phones, for example, Apple phones, right? That's a huge example of it. Why do other companies out there copy Apple? They copy Apple and they don't go as big as Apple. And then at the same time, Apple can take other people's ideas and reframe them a little bit and they go way bigger. Why is it? Because Apple is a movement. People feel like they're a part of something bigger than themselves. They feel Apple stands for something, right? Apple stands for something different than just a computer or a phone or a tablet or whatever it is that Apple is selling. It stands for something different than the actual product, right? That's why you'll sell and they're just like absolutely amazing, and they cause paradigm shifts in the industry, and you'll see other companies come out and try and knock them off, and yet those companies never do as well. We've seen it over the past 5 years. We've seen it very recently, and it doesn't work. Why? Because they're starting with what they have. They're focused on what, right? And so we started with why by coming together for the Freedom Fighters Network. Well, our goal was freedom, right? That was our goal for people. We wanted freedom. And in my opinion, $10,000 a month, 5 figures a month is really, for most people, and tell me if I'm wrong here, but I'd say for 99.9% of the world, if they could make over $10,000 a month, that would mean freedom for them and their family. Like them, their wife, their husband, whatever, wouldn't have to work. Being able to make $120,000 a year puts most people at the point where they can can pay for their car, they can pay for their mortgage or their rent, they can pay for their food, and they have money left over. They're not living paycheck to paycheck anymore for the most part, unless their expenses grow dramatically with their income, whatever. Most people, if you gave them $10,000 a month, that would mean freedom for people, right? It did for me. When I got to that level of income, it meant freedom for me. In fact, when I got to $5,000 a month consistently, that really meant freedom for me, in the fact that I didn't have to have a job anymore. I was able to move out of my dad's basement. I was able to travel a little bit. But when I got to $10,000 a month, folks, I was able to go on perpetual vacation, right? Like I went on 23 vacations last year. I was gone for 28 weeks. From home, I was gone for 28 weeks because I had freedom. Like I literally had the money coming in that it didn't matter where I was working. It didn't matter where I was in the world. It didn't matter if I took a week off or not. None of it mattered because of the stuff that we're laying out here, because of the processes that we have in place. You see, I had a way last year where I could pay money, traffic would come to my websites, meaning people would come land on my websites, and some of those people would decide to buy, and I would make more money than I was putting out, right? I had a systematic process in place. The issue lied in the fact that only about, 5 or 10 people ever were able to duplicate any level of success that I had with that strategy. And so it wasn't duplicatable. It wasn't something my entire team could use. Most of the people that were able to duplicate it were actually losing more money than they were making. And so it didn't work for them, right? It wasn't a strategy and everything was not in place wherein other people could plug in and do exactly what I did. And so while I had freedom, I was like, what the heck? Other people don't, right? Well, then something happened at the end of last year. Where I was like, dude, I'm not even getting results anymore. It stopped working for me, right? And that's kind of when I started looking. I said, okay, I got to do something different here. What can I do to help my people? First off, I got to help myself. I got to figure out how this works before I can help other people, right? I need to know what I'm doing before I can help other people. And at the same time, what happened? What happened to you, babe?
I mean, right around the same time, we both basically lost our traffic sources. But at that time, when that happened to me, I took like a really giant step back from the industry. In fact, I actually remember thinking about going back into insurance. And the reason why I was thinking about doing that and just leaving the industry altogether is because I would look back at my team and see that hardly anyone was actually succeeding. And so, I mean, when it was kind of like, when I stopped to look at it, and I was like, okay, I can either come up with something that will solve this problem, or I'm going to leave the industry. It's literally going to be one of the two. If I can't figure out something that solves the problem, I'm not going to bring people into something where I don't think that they can actually succeed. And so it kind of started, Jordan and I, I guess you were thinking, no, I don't think you were actually thinking of leaving the industry. I think you were just more solution orientated. I was like, man, if I don't find a solution, because it seems like, I've been in this industry for so long, and it seemed to me like I had tried everything at that time to get my team to succeed, and they just weren't. And so when we came together, it was kind of like, let's figure this out. Let's sort out a way where the average person can come in and succeed. So how would we do that, right? How would the average person be able to come in and start succeeding without learning marketing skills? Well, the marketing would basically have to be done for them, right? That would be the number one key in making a person that doesn't understand how to market yet money, right? And so our plan was, well, if we can do the marketing for them and we can do the sales funnel for them, and we give them the same traffic that we're already using, then there's no reason that they shouldn't be able to get the same or similar results to what we're getting, right? Now, the difference is in what we did, right, versus a bunch of other systems out there that say, okay, we've got done for you traffic. We've got all these different things available and everything's done for you. They didn't launch the same way that we launched. And this is really, really important. We talk about this on most of our Hangouts because the way that we launched actually proved the point that this worked. It's why I came back really into the industry full force strong, because of the fact that I saw that anyone could actually succeed. Anyone could actually do this. The way that we launched was not to all of our leader friends. Jordan and I were both leaders in the last company that we were in. In fact, we were both leaders in the company before that we were in. I've got a ton of friends in this industry that earn 6 and 7 figures, and the way that most companies go out there And the way that most companies launch is, you know, they get this idea together, they build a sales funnel, and they go to their leader friends and their teams and things of that nature, right? And they say, I came up with this really cool idea, you know, send it out to your big marketing list, send it out to your people, send it out to everybody you know. And then if the company is good, right, then it'll grow and kind of organically expand. And that's really how every single company in this industry is launched. But what does that really prove in terms of the brand new person? How does that prove that if you're brand new and you don't understand marketing and you don't have a list and you don't have influence, how does that prove you can make money? Well, it doesn't, right? So what we had to do in order to launch the Freedom Fighters Network was something a little different. We did it in a secret kind of way, right? What we did was, rather than telling our teams, rather than telling any of our friends that were leaders, rather than telling anyone at all, actually, Jordan and I silently launched the Freedom Fighters Network to what's considered to be cold traffic. Now, if you're brand new and you don't understand what that means, let me kind of briefly explain. Those of you veteran marketers out there are like, oh my gosh, I've heard this a million times, I understand. Well, bear with me for just a second so I can get all the newbies here to understand what we're actually talking about. So there's two different types of traffic. And first of all, traffic as a term in and of itself is website visitors, right? So you being on this website right now, watching this video, listening to what Jordan and I have to say, you are traffic. So there's two different types of traffic though. One of them is warm traffic. The other one is cold traffic, okay? Warm traffic is basically people that are warmed up to you already. People that, you know, maybe they can see your face, like on Facebook. Facebook ads, some people call those cold traffic. It's not cold traffic. That's very warm traffic. They can see your face. They're kind of warmed up to you, and it typically converts higher than cold traffic, right? The thing about warm traffic is it does take marketing skills. Warm traffic is what Jordan was trying to teach his team last year, wherein he was saying about 10 people actually understood the strategy, and of those people, a few people actually got a good return on investment. It's because warm traffic is not very, very duplicatable. Can it be done? Yes. And if you've got a high converting sales funnel, it's much easier to learn than if you've got a crappy converting sales funnel. That being said, it's not duplicatable for the masses, and it's not something that a brand new marketer, their very first week, can actually learn and start implementing and making money with. They need to go through training videos first, right? We wanted to take that away. Not forever, but for the first week. We thought it would be cool if you guys could make money your very first week before you ever understood anything. Who thinks that would be cool, right? I think that would be cool. So going towards cold traffic here.
I don't know. I'd rather spend $18,000 in my first 6 months and not make a penny.
Yeah, I mean, you're weird. You're weird. I know. So cold traffic, right, is basically just the opposite. It's people that don't know you. They don't have any reason to like you or trust you. They've literally never heard of you. They're clicking on a banner ad on a website, or they're clicking on, you know, a link in an email, like a solo ad, something like that, right? So what we did, because cold traffic, the other really cool thing about it is that you can get a lot of it, right? We can literally get, you know, millions of clicks a month of this traffic. And so the whole key was, in the time that we were building different sales funnels, we kept thinking, you know, if we can build something that converts with this cold traffic and doesn't just convert with warm traffic, because I've built funnels before, and so has Jordan, that have converted really, really well with warm traffic. The problem, of course, like I said, is that a new person can't come in and learn those strategies. So we had to build something that we really had never actually done before at the time, was something that would really convert well for cold traffic and not convert after, you know, you got a million different emails and you taught email marketing and you taught follow-up and you taught all this kind of stuff. We wanted something where somebody could literally put some money into traffic. It would go to a sales funnel that they didn't have to build. It all happened in the background, and literally people would get started based on seeing the sales video, not based on, you know, months or weeks or even years of email follow-up in some cases, right? Because a new person doesn't understand email follow-up yet. A new person is new. You know, you might be new. You might not even be knowing what I'm talking about here when I'm talking about email follow-up, because it is an advanced marketing skill. It's something that you should learn, and it's something that can increase your conversions but it's not something that you should have to learn your very first week, right? So when we came together, we launched the Freedom Fighters Network to cold traffic, people that had no idea who we were. And here's what happened. And this is why the Freedom Fighters Network blew up. This also has a lot to do with how this is going to blow up over the course of the next couple of days as we come out with our top tier. What happened is literally within our first 60 hours of testing the Freedom Fighters Network funnel, we brought in 188 people, 188 new people that like literally from Adam, like they didn't know us. It wasn't our team. It wasn't leaders. It wasn't anyone that had ever heard of us before. 188 complete and total strangers came in within 60 hours of us testing the funnel. So what did that prove? Well, that proved that if I give you the same funnel that I just used and I give you the same traffic that I just used, there's no reason why you shouldn't get the same or similar results. And people saw that. People actually saw for the first time a way where they could actually succeed. See, it all boils down to the process, you know? People look at the multi-level marketing industry, and we're not an MLM. In case you guys are wondering, we're actually an affiliate program. But people look at the MLM industry and they think that it's difficult. The reason why they think it's difficult is because of the process, right? What's the process in a traditional MLM? The process is you have to make a list of your friends and family. You have to hand call each one of your friends and family, right? Oh, God, I don't even want to call people that are actually interested, let alone my friends and family, right? And we're going to talk about how you guys don't have to make phone calls, not even to sell the top tier. That's part of our vision for you, right? But the process in MLM is you call up your friend and family, you get them to a hotel meeting, or you get them to a meeting with your sponsor, right? You get them on a three-way call. You like, there's a big process involved, and the process, right? The process, it always involves you having to do at least some of the selling. It involves pain, right? And the person that's on the other end of the line that's getting the phone call from you is like, this seems like a cool thing, as in I do want to make money from home because everybody does, right? Who would rather work a job than make money from home? Nobody, right? And so the part about it that looks cool to them is like, yeah, I'd like to make money from home, but I sure as hell do not want to be calling my friends and family like what you're doing right now. So I'm not going to join this thing that you're introducing me to. I'm not going to do this, right?
Right. Let me jump in here really quick, folks. I was involved in an opportunity years ago. This was probably 4 years ago, 3 years ago. And at this point in time, I decided at that point, after this was done, I said, I will never call a lead again. I will never pick up the phone and dial a lead again and say, hey, are you interested in looking at the opportunity? Do you have any questions? Can I help you? Can I talk to you? Can I talk you into joining me? I will never, ever do that again. And here is why. You see, we were involved in this company, and the leader of our team said, hey, we're going to do a 90-day blitz. We're going to go freaking nuts, and we're going to get as many people in as we can. We're going to call people that showed interest a year ago, 2 years ago. We're going to call everyone who's ever showed interest, as well as all of our friends and family who told us to go stuff it, as well as all of that. We're going to go call all these people. And I was like, cool, I'm excited. I was at a conference, where this plan got released at a conference. Everyone's amped up. Everyone's hyped up. I'm a leader in our team, which I was. And I said, man, I gotta go. I gotta do this stuff because this is what everyone's talking about here. So I buy this little phone burner system where you can plow all of your leads into, and it speed dials, and it connects you with more people on the phone. I spent a little over a month or so, I forget exactly how long, calling people, spending anywhere between 3 and 6 hours a day on the phone, if not more. And also, a few hours sitting in front of the phone saying, God, I don't want to push dial again. And I called people, and I called people, and I called people, and I called people. And I got a lot of those people to go look at a presentation, or say they would. And I got some of those people interested in. And out of 2,000 people plus that I had personally called, I got 0 people to sign up. 0, right? What I realized at that point in time, and let me even touch a little bit more specifically, I had a lady who told me, she's like, yeah, I'm going to join, give me till Friday. That's payday. This was like 3 days away. I get paid. I'm going to join then. Call me then. We'll talk at this time. Now, I had gone through 1 phone call with her, a 2nd phone call with her, a 3rd phone call with her and my sponsor, another phone call to see how she liked the phone call with her and the sponsor. and then saying, we're going to get started this day at this time. Give me a call and we'll get plugged in. Well, guess what happened? Voicemail. She didn't answer. She then contacts me a few days later, or no, I called her about a week later and said, hey, you missed your thing. I just wanted to touch base with you and see if you were still interested at all. And she actually answered the phone and she said, you know what? I'm interested. I want to make money. I see you making money, but here's what I don't like. I went on, 4 phone calls with you? I spent a few hours on the phone with you, and I'm just one person. How many people have you had to do that with to get the results you've gotten? And I was about to get started with you, but the reason I'm not is because I don't see myself wanting to do what you just did, right? I was like, holy shit, okay, I'm done. Right from that forward, I literally I've never picked up the phone and dialed leads again. Last year, for about a second, I did allow people to call my phone, but totally, absolutely never doing that again. And the reason is this, like Angela was saying, folks, people are going through a process to make a buying decision, right? And if they see that process as something themselves could do, and they themselves not only could do, but would want to do, then they'll, hey, you know what? If I can see myself wanting to do this, then yeah, it makes sense for me to get started. So if they see this pain and this suffering and, oh my God, you got to be on the phone, and oh my God, you got to talk to friends and family, and oh my God, you got to beg your grandma to buy some products, and oh my God, you have to talk to the people on the street, and oh my God, you got to do hotel meetings, and oh my God, you have to go meet up at Starbucks, and oh my God, you got to wake up at 7 in the morning to go to what are those things where a bunch of people, like meetup groups, everyone meets up to network,
exchange business cards and stuff.
Yeah, you exchange business cards, and everyone's trying to pitch everyone else on their deal, and it's like no one's really open to looking at another deal because they're just there to pitch you on what it is they can sell to you. It's like a complete farce. It's crazy, right? People see this and they say, why would I want to do that? It's a whole bunch of hassle, right? It's a whole ton of hassle, and I don't want to do that. Now, if on the other hand, someone were to click on a link somewhere because they saw it and they're like, hey, that actually looks intriguing, because they're open to looking for something. They click on a link, they land on a website, they watch a video, they're like, hey, yeah, this makes sense. Then they watch another video that explains how it all works, and it's about 18 minutes long, and they're like, oh my God, like they're showing me a really simple process. Yeah, I could actually see myself doing that. It makes sense. Not only that, I can actually take it out, a test drive for free. Yeah, that makes real good sense. I'm going to go ahead and get started. Why? Because they see the process. We show them the process of what it takes for them to go out there and market. We literally walk them through everything. We walk them through signing up. We walk them through getting started. We walk them through the very simple 45-minute setup process. Literally, it's sped up a little bit because we don't want our sales video to be 2 hours long. We walk them through all this stuff. They see that they can do it, and they're like, yeah, this makes sense, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. Why? Because it was painless. It was painless for them. They're like, oh my God, this looks awesome. This looks easy. I can do this. Not only can I do this, I see myself doing this. So they get started, right? Well, folks, the Freedom Fighters Network was not created so you could go out there and earn $25 monthly residual commissions, although you do. For every single person you refer into the membership, as long as they pay their membership, you earn $25 a month, and you get $5 a month on second tier. And don't worry if you don't know what that means. It doesn't matter. And when you start making that money, it's pretty cool. It does matter. It's pretty awesome. But that was not the purpose. Like we said, the purpose was to get people to $10,000 a month and plus, right? The purpose was to help people create freedom in their lives, to be able to travel the world, to be able to quit their jobs, to be able to, like our sales video process was shot on our 3.5-week vacation in Bali, staying in absolutely amazing resorts all over the place because we could afford to, right? Because not only do we have the time to, because we don't have jobs, we have freedom, but we have the financial freedom to be able to afford to do that, right? That's our goal for people. Yeah. Right? That's our goal for people. $25 commissions. How many of those will it take to do what we did? Well, it would take about 1,000 of them. It would take about 1,000 of them to do what me and Angela did there in Bali, right? And not a lot of people can get there very quickly. That being said, if we could introduce a very simple process where people could go through a very similar process and see a product line that they would actually want to buy, whether or not they were able to turn around and sell. Even if people couldn't turn around and sell what it is that we're offering, they would see it and say, hey, I want this, right? Like, that's the beautiful thing here. That's why some of the biggest MLM companies out there become the biggest MLM companies out there, because people use the product to use the product. They don't use the product simply because they can sell it, although some people still get started simply because they can sell a product, right? People, the biggest companies out there become the biggest companies out there because people are like, I can use that product whether or not I was selling it, and therefore a lot of customers get created as well, right? And so we wanted to put something together wherein not only did we have a phenomenal product, but you could earn higher level commissions, meaning $400, $1,500, $3,300 commissions during pre-launch, and then bigger commissions once we're actually launched. Why? Because we have a discount during pre-launch, which we'll talk about in a little bit. So the thing is, now this is the key right here. This is the absolute key, folks. When people see the process that they're going through to be able to buy this high-level product, this quality high-level product that also pays out a very high-level commission, when they see this process, they're like, hey, I want to buy that, right? I want to buy that. No one sold me. So yeah, it would make sense that other people would want to buy it too. You know, I remember years ago, I got involved, the very first company I got involved in, it was something very similar to what Angela and I are doing here. Completely different product lines, different kind of stuff. And, you know, really wasn't the exact same because they didn't have traffic in place the way we have it in place. But here's what happened. I had a guy join my team in this front-end marketing system, right? He came and he joined my team in this front-end marketing system. And I said, hey, welcome to the team. Go through the training, right? He then went through the training, right? This training is on a website. There's a series of videos that he went through. And at one point in those videos, he got introduced to some higher level product prices. He got introduced to some product prices that he said, hey, if I sell these products, if I qualify to sell these products, I can earn these higher level commissions too. And what he realized at that point in time, and let me just tell you how this went. Now, I'm not suggesting that you have to do this either. He called me on the phone and he said, Jordan, I just watched all this stuff. I'm looking at buying this $2,000 package because the product looks awesome. But the question I have for you is you know, do you really think I can sell it? And without hesitation, and this was my first sale, like pretty much ever, folks, without hesitation, I just said to him, well, what did I do to sell you? And he realized then and there that I in no way played almost any part in it other than getting him to the front of the marketing system, other than literally getting him to go click on a link and look at a video. He opted in. He decided to buy. He went through the training that other people had put together for me. And at the end of it, he was sold. All he needed to hear from me was, you want to buy it and I've done nothing. And you think you can do nothing too, right? That's all he needed to hear. The very next day, I made my first $1,000 commission in my life ever. And folks, let me ask you this. Do you think it's a little bit easier? To get to a $10,000 monthly income by earning $1,000 commissions, $1,500 commissions, $3,300 commissions, even upwards of $5,000 commissions or $25 commissions? I know that's a stupid question. It's a silly question. The answer is simple. It's a lot easier to earn with bigger commissions. Now, here's the more important question. Here's the more important question there, folks, is if you saw a process in place wherein these sales would be made and all you had to do was the front end work, if you had to do the same amount of front end work and the system did the rest, would you rather make $25 commissions or would you rather make $3,300 commissions? Again, silly question, right? You'd rather make $3,300 commissions if your work was no different. If all you still had to do was focus over here, if you had to focus over here and all this stuff over here was going to happen anyway, right? If all of this was going to happen, would you want to be positioned to earn money here, 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 and here as well, or just here? Again, silly question. I know, folks. I'm just framing it that way because I want you to understand what I understood years ago, what that guy understood in a moment when he saw that process. He went through the process. He's like, oh my God, I want to buy this, and Jordan's not even talked to me. Of course I can do this. Of course I can do this, right? That's what he saw back then. That's what we have right here. That's what people see right now. That's why people are so excited for what's to come this coming Sunday. They see a way where they can get front-end sales into a system that is going to do the upselling for them and sell phenomenal products where they get to earn higher level commissions independent of them doing all. Now, folks, we're not going to lie to you and say, hey, if you go learn some other skill sets and different things of that nature, could you increase those? Yeah. Could you? Absolutely. If you learn some different things, you could increase the amount of people that will buy those top level commissions. As you get more results, when someone comes to you and you say, hey, yeah, I just made $10,000 last month, is that a little bit easier for you to sell a $5,000 product or a $10,000 product or whatever? Is it absolutely. If you're making, you know, 20, 30, 40,000 a month, is it a little easier for you to say with conviction, yes, you can make 40,000 a month. It's a little easier, right? And folks, that's why we know as you go through the process, if we can help you get the beginning results and we can continue to help you get results, it'll be a whole lot easier for you to dramatically increase those results with almost no effort, because you can say, yes, with conviction, this works. Yes, I did it without understanding anything, without knowing anything. The system did the work. I put the people there. They actually showed me how to do that or did it for me. The people came here. They went through the process and bought stuff, right? Independent of me. And so I believe you can do it too, right? It's a little bit easier when you're making a whole lot more money, but let's get you to a couple $100s a month. Let's get you to $5,000 a month. Let's get you to $10,000 a month. And it just keeps growing up from there. It just keeps going up from there, folks. That's what we have in place here. When people see this, as people see this, that's why they're so excited about buying it, because they see a way finally. You know, they've been led down all sorts of rabbit holes and tunnels, and you know, the dream of I was foolish enough years ago to be in something where I was like, the people talked me out of jumping into higher level commissions, because they said, yeah, why don't you focus on the long-term residual commissions, because that's something that can set you up for life. Folks, now Angela mentioned this a little bit earlier, and I'm not going to dive too deeply into this because it's pretty self-explanatory, especially if you've been online for any number of days, weeks, months now. Long-term residual income barely exists at all anymore, if it even exists in anything other than companies that were founded in like the 70s and before, or 80s or 90s, and have literally teams in the tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands of people. And why is that? Because the internet exists. Because while I'm sitting right here, I could go onto Facebook and learn about 5,000 different opportunities. And realistically, I could go learn about 50 different opportunities by browsing through about 10 groups, right? I could learn about 50 to 100 different opportunities, all promising the moon. And people are literally pulled in every direction. And so someone who joins a team over here literally gets pulled out of that team because they're excited over here because they haven't made any money. So they're excited about going over here, thus pulling away that residual income, that long-term residual income, right? And that's why Angela said, would you rather count on having to have someone stick around in your company for 5 years or 10 years to make a good amount of money off of that person? Or would you rather be able to make a lot of money in a very short time period, selling them a product that's amazing, that you can feel good about selling them? You're not just selling them something to sell them a high priced product. You're selling them a product that's absolutely amazing, right? They're going to want to use it anyway. They're going to get, whether or not they turn around and sell it to make money, right? And you get to make all this money now. It's a lot better. It's a lot better.
Yeah, I just have to jump in here because there's something else that's really, really important that allows you to do. So you say, okay, well, I know how to get my team to stick. I'm a leader. I know how to get my team to stick. If you have to wait, right, a year, 2 years, 3 years to be able to get, your money back out of your advertising, that doesn't allow you to actually scale your business. When we came out with the Freedom Fighters Network, we wanted people to be able to literally stick money into traffic and get more money back out on literally between the front end and the back end top tier than they put into advertising. Because what does that allow you to do? If you put $100 in, and I'm not going to give you like hypothetical numbers here and say if you put $100 in, you're going to get 900 out, because we don't know the numbers. And unlike a lot of other companies out there, we're not going to tell you, these could be or should be or maybe could be the numbers, because we don't know the numbers. But what I know is this.
Frank Kern got these numbers. That means we will too.
What I do know is this. I'll give you the numbers, my numbers and Jordan's numbers from the last company. And this is how we were able to get to $10,000 a month and beyond in that particular company, is because we knew if we put XYZ amount of money into marketing, that it cost XYZ amount of money to get a customer, and the amount of money that customer was worth because of high level commissions on the back end, and because we had a process in place that was upselling our people. There wasn't a process made by the company that was upselling people. We had to put that process together, but because we did put that process together in our specific teams, we knew that if we spent $200 to get a customer, right, to get a $25 in that particular company customer, that particular customer was worth $900 and change. I don't remember the exact number. That was the number. And so how many times, right, would you want to put $200 in to get a customer if you knew it was worth $900? That's how it was for me. That's how it was for Jordan in our last company. And that's why we were able to scale. That's why we were able to earn 5 figures a month so easily, because we knew what our customers were worth. Now, if we had to instead wait, months and years to actually get that $200 back, right? To wait months and years to get that $200 back out of $25 commissions. Well, my gosh, you'd have to start with a freaking pretty big, budget in order to actually even get your business off the ground. And this is what happens in so many different companies out there, and so many different traditional MLMs. And it's why you can't really, those companies are built on the basis that you pretty much have to go to your friends and family, because you're not going to be able to be in profit by advertising something where you can only earn $15 a month or $20 a month, or in some cases, in one of the MLMs I was in, I was earning like $4 a month per customer on my weaker leg, something crazy. Yeah, people don't look at the numbers sometimes. But it's important, whether you're a numbers person or not, because I'm not a numbers person. Jordan's very much a numbers person. But whether or not you're a numbers person, if you want to be an entrepreneur, it's important to actually look at the numbers and see, it costs XYZ amount of money to get a customer. And if I'm positioned at the highest level or the middle level or even the lowest level, right, of our top tier program, every customer that I bring in as a free member is worth XYZ amount of money, because the numbers average out, right? Some people will get started and they'll never get started in the top tier. Some people will get started in the free free trial, and literally the same day they'll go and they'll buy the top level of the top tier, and you instantly earn, in pre-launch it's going to be around $3,300. After that, it's going to be upwards of $5,000 that you earn, right? So that free member, all of a sudden, that's not $25 to you anymore. That's $5,000 to you. That changes everything. That allows you to reinvest back into your marketing. It allows you to scale your business. It allows you to start living the lifestyle that you want, right? If you know what your customers are worth, that means everything in terms of actually scaling a business. And we both know that these high-level commissions are the key to that. The high-level commissions are the absolute key to that. I'll tell you a quick story after I grab a drink of water here on really kind of how I started breaking through in the industry.
Hey, before you get into that, I see Eric Flanagan here. I want to throw 2 shout-outs here, folks, and send some energy to Eric, because he's at the hospital probably right now with his wife. So we want to send some love and energy towards him, and we also want to send some Brian Bear as well, because he's at the hospital as well, I believe. And let's just send some energy out right now to both those places, even if you don't know where they are and you don't know who these people are. Just literally, if we all consciously think about that right now, it's awesome. So
absolutely,
I love those little messages he does backwards. It's so cool.
I know, it's awesome. He's probably doing it on his freaking phone too from the hospital. It's awesome. Anyway, the way that I started breaking through really in the industry, my story, like I said in the beginning, I struggled for 4.5 years before earning enough to quit my job. Well, I was an insurance broker. I was earning good money as an insurance broker, so I needed to replace that income before actually feeling free enough to jump out of that and go into, internet marketing as a full-time gig. And 4.5 years of struggle, a lot of people look at that and think about that like, oh, well, you weren't making sales. That's not actually true. I was making a lot of sales. In fact, I was a top earner in the company that I was in, even though I was actually losing money every single month, even though I never made it into the black in that company, because I was spending like $3,000 a month to get like $1,000 or $2,000 back. I was losing $1,000 a month, right, on average in that company. Why was I doing that? Well, every sale that I made was basically worth $15 per month. I was only really ever earning the front end commissions. Now, there was a back end to that I was kind of afraid to sell people on, and it wasn't the case of like the back end being done for me and people being guided through a simple process. It was like me having to choose a company to go back there, and then I had to call all the people. I had to send them through the sales video. I had to like learn all these, different closing skills and things, and I just kind of didn't want to do that. And so I basically, a couple years in, just decided, okay, well, I'm just going to make money on the front end versus, trying to sell people on this back end thing. So it became the case of, I was working towards that long-time residual income, the $15 per month.
The one that never came, huh?
Yeah, the one that never came. The one that literally never came. And I was a top earner in that company. I was all over the leaderboards all the time. People thought that I was just like, this top internet marketer that was making all this money, when in reality, I was still working my my job as an insurance broker. And I was losing, you know, literally $1,000 per month after I, you know, put out all my marketing expenses and things. Then what happened is this company came out, and it was kind of a paradigm shift. Nobody had ever heard of anything that this company was doing before. And kind of everybody wanted in on it. And I had like some really just menial I mean, as I just said, I was losing money in my marketing. So clearly I wasn't like the most skilled of all marketers, right? I was losing money in my marketing, but this company came out in pre-launch. I decided to get involved. I saw a way where I could earn higher level commissions and have it be not really done for me at the time, but a whole lot easier than me getting on the phone and building all of my own sales videos and all the things like that, which is really hard to do when you're brand new. Even if you're decent at sales, which, you know, I was, so I was an insurance broker. So that being said, this company comes out, you know, I had met the owners before and things. I decided to get involved. And all of a sudden I had a way to earn, at the time, anywhere between $25 and $500. And since this company was so big, and since it blew up so big all over the place, like, you literally just had to post your link on Facebook at the time, and people would just come flock to you, right? That's what happened. I remember it was just, I remember it was like it was yesterday, because the thing that I was, you know, making 2 to 5 sales a day in the $15 per month thing, that thing didn't convert anywhere close to what this thing converted at. Because I would post my link and just people would flock to it, and I would get these emails and they're like, how do I get started? I had people, there was not actually a way in the beginning for people to actually even buy it online. So I was having people like fill out forms, like, and actually text message me their credit card numbers. And so, I mean, it was absurd, right? What was happening, but here's what happened, right? I got in at a time when everybody was getting in. I got in pre-launch, and I got into something wherein rather than earning these teeny tiny commissions, I was able to earn, you know, $500 commissions, $100 commissions, and my income went from losing $1,000 a month to literally overnight, I mean, over the course of 6 weeks, right? I earned $9,347. That exact number, $9,347. The reason why I know that number, right, is because I was then able to use that in my marketing from then forward. I then had a story. You know, Jordan was talking about in the beginning of this hangout how integral it really is to have a success story. That's the disconnect. You know, people realize that. You probably realize that even. If you're on, you know, anybody's marketing list, what do they do to actually sell you? All they do is they say, look at the money I made today while I was at the beach, right? Click here and you can do the same thing. That's how you sell in this industry. That's how you raise your conversions. The problem is that most people can't get that initial sale. Most people can't get that initial sale. So when I was able to say, hey, I just made $9,347 in 6 weeks in XYZ company, click this link and I'll show you how to do that, it automatically allowed me to have conversions when other people weren't. I actually came back to that company. I took a break from the industry, came back to that company, and nobody's stuff was converting. Nobody's stuff was converting. I had videos out there that said that I earned that money. I had a story. Therefore, my stuff was converting, and literally in a company that was totally watered down at the time, I was able to get like 2 to 5 sales a day pretty much as soon as I came back because of the fact that I had that story. The really exciting part about this, guys, is that you all here, sitting here now, can have that same opportunity. You're in on something that is a paradigm shift. There has not been ever anything in place like what's in place here. The Freedom Fighters Network, when we launched, we went from 0 to 188 members in 60 hours. Then we posted on Facebook, right? And we said, hey, you know, all Facebook friends, and hey, Facebook, you know, people in other companies and all different things. Look what we did. We got 188 people in 60 hours, learn how we did it, join this hangout, and what happened, people saw a way they could make from 188 people to 10,000 people in 3 weeks, right? Because people saw a way that they could actually make money for the first time. This is what you call a paradigm shift. The company that I joined, the reason why I had so much success is because it was easy in the beginning, because it was a paradigm shift. It was something that had never been done before. The Freedom Fighters Network is something that has never been done before. There's never been a way where you can get started. They guarantee you make money, because we actually guarantee you'll make money in your first 30 days. If you follow our process, you can't, join and then sit on your thumb for a month and do nothing, and then we pay you $150. You actually do have to put effort in. You have to generate leads. We show you how to do that in the 5 steps, and we'll even do it for you by virtue of our traffic, right? There's never been a process like this in place wherein somebody comes in, they get started for free, they see such an easy way to make money that they decide to stick with it, pay the $47 because they have a way where they can make money their first week, right, or their first month. Remember, if you can help somebody make money before the 43-day mark, they'll stick, right? So that was our plan, to get somebody to make money before that 43-day mark. And then once they make a little bit of money, they can learn more advanced skills and learn how to build their income and really just hone their skills, right? But then what's going to happen, this is what's happening Sunday, and this is why we're so excited, is after people already have visitors going to their site, there's basically one simple question. And Jordan kind of touched on this before, but I'm going to touch on it again because it's so important that you guys get this. If you had an automated system, right, that was producing $25 commissions all the way up to $3,298 commissions, what commission level would you tell that system to produce? That is literally the case of what this is. When we put that 6th step in, right now there's 5 steps, soon there's going to be 6. When we put that 6th step in, wherein we guide people through the process of, hey, you already have traffic going to your site. You already have traffic going there because you should have done that in step 4 and step 5. Now people are going to land here. It's up to you. Do you want to earn $25 off those people? Or would you rather have a way where you could earn up to $3,300 off of those people? Which one sounds better to you? Right? And oh, by the way, we actually have a product that people really want to buy because it's a cool product, right? So many companies out there, they launch products that are just literally high price. Like, I could just tell you, like, this is a $3,000 glass. Like, go buy this glass for $3,000. I'm going to pay you a $2,500 commission on it. Well, it's just a product that's like airy, right? We wanted a product that was real, that was tangible, that you would want to buy, whether or not you wanted to market it. It was really something that was super important to us because I can quite honestly say that in pretty much any company I've been in the past, with the exception of I've been in a lot of companies, so there's a couple exceptions here. But for the most part, right, the only reason that I actually got started was because I saw a way to make money. We wanted something that was actually going to have real value, where if you guys saw this product outside of, a way to actually earn an income from it, that you would still want to get it, because that's really what separates a good company from a bad company. It's what separates a good product from a bad product. If you're only buying a product so that you can qualify to earn a commission on it and you don't really want the product, well, what are the chances that anyone else really wants the product either? Right. And so, that's why it actually took us so long. We've literally been in meetings for the past month, getting this thing together and getting it ready to launch, and we're going to pre-launch here again. We've mentioned Sunday, and I don't think we've actually mentioned the exact time in this hangout. So if you're here and you missed our last hangout, wherein we just hammered everybody on the time of the hangout for like 3 hours, in this hangout, I don't think we've actually told you guys the time yet. So let me actually go ahead and mention that. And then I'll pass back over to Jordan, because we definitely want to give you guys, we want to spill some of the beans, not all the beans. We want to spill some of them though, and give you guys some details as to what's about to happen on Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So mark that time down, like grab a pen, seriously, if you don't have one in your hand, or even tell Siri on your iPhone to remind you to be on the hangout on Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now remember, the only way that you're going to be able to actually get on that hangout, because you're going to have to log into your Freedom Fighters Network back office in order to even access the hangout at all. The only way you can get on the hangout is if you're an active member. We're only doing this launch on Sunday to internal active members. It's internal launch. It's not going to go to the entire industry. It's not going to go all over Facebook. It's going to go literally to our active members, because we're giving people not only, big discounts, but like Jordan said in the beginning, we're giving people that are active members, because of the fact that they're active members and because of the fact that they're action takers and they're taking action, right, on something, what we're doing is we're actually going to give them a way to make more money for life. Yep. We don't want to offer that to everyone. We're only offering that to our active members. So the only way to actually get on that hangout, if you're not a member now, is to go ahead and click the button down below this video, get started. There's a free trial if you haven't already seen the sales video yet. If you have seen the sales video already and you didn't decide to take action right away, you'll notice that you do have to pay 47 bucks. All I can tell you is if you're thinking about the 47 bucks, your head's in the wrong place, because this is so much bigger than 47 bucks. This is something that can literally take you away from your job before the new year. How cool would it be to be able to take Christmas off, right? And then before Christmas holiday's over, you look at your account and you realize, my gosh, I've made more money than I've made at my job in the Freedom Fighters Network with this top tier thing. I don't actually have to go back to my job in January. How cool would that be? That's what we want to show you how to do literally over the course of the next 48 hours. So I'm gonna go ahead and pass it over to you. We can kind of cover.
It's actually less than 48 hours, folks. It's like 30 hours away, 36 hours, something like that. It's literally, it's 41 hours away. 41 hours, a little under 41 hours from now, we are going live. Now, think about this for a moment, folks, because years ago in that same opportunity Angela was talking about, this was the first Christmas that I was actually able to buy people presents in years, right? How cool was that, right? How cool is that I was able to go home and not have to worry about anything, not have to worry about money. Money was coming in to my bank every day at the time. It's actually weekly here, and it's weekly there now. But every single day money was coming in, and I was able to buy my family Christmas presents. And I'm not talking about buying them a candy cane and wrapping it in a sock. I'm talking about like I was able to buy them stuff that they wanted. I was able to buy them cool stuff. It was an amazing holiday season. And I just think that's so cool, because there's a lot of people out there, and maybe even you listening to me right now, who might struggle around the holidays, and it hurts, like it feels bad. You're like, I want to give so much. I want to give something to my kids or to my family or to my wife or husband or brothers or whatever. I want to be able to give something and celebrate the holidays and give them a gift, and I just can't afford to, right? I just can't afford to, right? It sucks. What if this holiday season was different for you? What if because you decided to plug in with this and go pre-launch with us, that this holiday season was different for you? How cool would that be, right? To me, that's priceless. To me, there's nothing else out there, right? So let's go through what's going to happen here. We're going to touch on some price points. We're going to explain how some of this stuff works. Obviously, folks, we got to save some of the surprises for the day pre-launch happens, but we're going to touch a little bit of them today here. We're going to talk about one thing in specific that is going to put more money in everyone's pocket who gets started with us during pre-launch. You will have the opportunity to earn more money for life that no one else will ever have. I promise you, not a single other person that gets started later will ever have this opportunity. And the reason we're doing that, well, there's quite a few different reasons, but the number one reason that we're doing this is because we love people that are action takers ahead of the curve, right? There's people that are early adopters, meaning they're willing to take action when most people won't. They should get some benefits, right? And before something's complete, I mean, folks, we're proven. Like, people are making money here. People are getting results here. That being said, we're not really like the top tier that we just created that's going into pre-launch on Sunday. No one's gotten results with it yet. Why? Because it hasn't launched yet. I mean, it's pretty simple. The second that happens, though, hundreds of thousands of dollars will be made. Like literally the day we launch, hundreds of thousands of dollars will be made. That week, our goal is to pay out, is to literally bring in millions of dollars that week, right? And we're going to talk about how that's going to happen and how it's probably going to exceed even our vision. It's probably going to exceed our vision here. And ultimately, with us saying that, it's really not going to exceed our vision, because that's obviously the vision there. Kind of nice. Funny thing there, folks. But that's why we want to do that, because we like people looking at this now and saying, I'm running with you. We've got a lot of people. Some of them you see on the page here. Some of them can't be here. Some of them are in the Facebook group. Some of them are working right now, whatever the case may be. There are literally hundreds and thousands of people that are running with us right now that are going to take action when we go live. And they deserve to have something a little more, because it's so much easier for someone to look a week from now. When we go back and say, hey, look at what happened during pre-launch. Look at all these people that made all this money during pre-launch. Well, then there's going to be all these people from everywhere saying, holy cow, I need to get me some of that.
Next, we'll have the average customer value numbers. We will literally be able to say, like, every customer that comes in that you spend this much for is worth this much for company-wide. Right?
Exactly.
That's what our pitch will have in it. And that's one of the reasons, among a million others, that I can tell you as to why we know it's going to convert so well.
Yep.
Because if people see a way where they can just put money into something and then have that money, like they don't actually have to go do and actively go do any other marketing or mailing their list or anything like that. If they see a way where they can put money into traffic and a customer costs this much, and then they can turn around and see that they earn more than that, then that's leverage. That's something that they can do while they're working their job. It doesn't take any real extra time. They're pushing a button to get traffic. It's also something they can do after they retire from their job without having to have any kind of extra time that they're actually spending, right? Sorry, I just had to jump in and say that.
No, I love it. I love it. And it's also, you know, folks, so that's why we're doing it that way, right? Here's what's going to happen. I'm going to run the 3-week rundown of the pre-launch, the blackout, the launch, what's all going to happen here. Come Sunday, we are going into pre-launch mode for 7 days and 9 hours. We're going to stop it the following Saturday at midnight Eastern time. We're starting at 3 p.m. Eastern this coming Sunday. We are closing the doors on pre-launch midnight Eastern the following Saturday, which I don't have a calendar in front of me and I don't know what that exact date is.
It's the 16th.
The 16th?
The 15th. Saturday the 15th at midnight.
Right. So exactly. We're starting
Saturday
on Sunday. Saturday the 15th at midnight is when the pre-launch doors close, and no one will be able to buy at that point in time. Now we have a very special pre-launch price, 33% off of retail price, right? 33% off of retail price. So that's the first incentive for people to get in during pre-launch, is saving a ton of money, like thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. In fact, getting to buying the top level package that we have, you will save, like we said, 33%, which is like $3,300, right? Our top level product is a $10,000 product. You'll be able to save $3,300 by taking action during pre-launch, right? So that's the first incentive, right? So the other ones you'll be able to save a lot of money on as well. And I'll pull up price points here just to let all of you know so you can prepare. And we'll talk about a little bit more of this in a moment here. During pre-launch are $997, $3,297, and $6,597. We have 3 different product levels, and those are all 33% off of what the retail price is, what people will pay after that, right? So in that 7-day window, people will be able to get in for that massively discounted price. We're going to talk about some other stuff, the other incentives here in just a moment. But after that 7-day window closes, then we will go into a blackout period wherein we're going to have a few things running. One is going to be a page where we're going to put together videos with all the people who have gotten results from pre-launch, and it's going to tell people to get involved in Freedom Fighters Network so that when we go into launch mode, when we actually launch the thing live, that people can go ahead and get started with the product in live mode, like once we're actually launched. So 1 week here, 1 week of blackout, and then essentially launch. And during launch, there's going to be a 7-day window for everyone at that point in time. And from there on forward, when they get started in the Freedom Fighters Network, they'll have 7 days to take action to get a few different things. One is the discount. It's not going to be a 33% discount. We're not going to tell you what that is right now, but it is not going to be 33%.
Not even going to be anywhere close to 33%.
Let me just tell you that you are saving way more money by getting in during pre-launch than you will ever again in your life, right? Than you will at any other point in time, right? So that is the 3-week period there of what's going to happen. Now, what really is going to happen here is come Sunday, folks, remember when we talked about the silent launch we did with Freedom Fighters Network, that silent launch wherein we got 188 people in 60 hours. Then we went kind of like building up to a hangout, right? And all of a sudden, literally tons of people came in, right? All of a sudden, all these people are like, holy cow, this looks amazing, I'm in. It blew up. 10,000 people in 3 weeks, from 188 people in 60 hours to 10,000 people in 3 weeks, right? Well, it happened because no one knew about it. No one saw it coming. You know, there's people out there that see this coming. There's obviously people that are involved in running with us right now that are about to make tens of thousands of dollars, even hundreds of thousands of dollars over the course of a very short period of time here, right? And there's people that are looking at it that see this thing coming, that know about it, but there's a lot of people out there that have no clue what the Freedom Fighters Network is, that it even exists. Our top tier product line is brand new. No one even knows about it, right? Like no one even knows what it is. No one knows what it is yet, right? They'll find out on Sunday. And what is going to happen is this. We are going to go into pre-launch. Literally, hundreds of people will be buying in right away. They're literally on the fence right now, waiting, credit card in hand, ready to buy this product, any one of them, right away. Literally hundreds of thousands of dollars will be made in that first couple of hours, right? Hundreds of thousands of dollars will be made in that first couple of hours, if not more, will be earned in commissions in those first few hours. And then what's going to happen is we're going to do another hangout the next day. We might even, we're going to do another hangout the next day. And we are going to go and tell everyone what happened on the previous day. Now, when people see that, they're going to say, oh my God, look at all these results that happened. And that is going to start sucking people in. That's going to cause more people to come into Freedom Fighters Network and get started in this thing. And it's going to cause a snowball effect. Because then what's going to happen? More results will have gotten. More money will be made. More commissions will be earned. Some by veteran marketers, some by people who've never made a penny online before, some by people who've struggled for years, and some by people who are literally brand new today. Some of you watching this right now, you're brand new today. And you're saying, can I actually do this? Yes, you can, right? And you see a way and you believe it. You're like, oh my God, this makes sense. I believe it because the process looks simple. The process is simple. You get visitors here, we do all the selling for you, right? The process is simple. People see that, they want in on that. They don't want to just make $25 commissions. They want to make $3,300 commissions. So now we're talking day two here, right? Here's what's going to happen then. All these people that are making money are going to blow up all over Facebook, right? All over Facebook, guys. If you saw the Freedom Fighters Network launch and you saw, can I tell them about the emails yet? Yeah, I think we can, eh? Get them a little excited. A little bit excited. We're not going to tell guys. We're not going to tell you too much here, right? But we're going to tell you one thing. If you saw,
I'm excited about the emails. You can tell them about the emails.
If you saw when we launched the Freedom Fighters Network, you saw this little money dance thing go all over the internet, right? You saw literally thousands of people sharing the money dances all over the place, right? All over the place. It went absolutely insane. Well,
because of that, people joined those people because they saw they were getting results. That all goes back to that. I just had to add that part in.
Absolutely.
If you're new, you might be wondering, like, why did that go viral? Why did that help? Well, if somebody sees that you made money, they want to join you. People want to join people that are on their way.
And if you don't know what that was, folks, if you don't know what the money dance was, it was literally an email that we sent congratulating
people. The money dance it still exists.
Right. Sorry. If you don't know what that is, it's us sending out an email to a member when they get a result. When they sign a member up into their team, they get a money dance email, right? Well, likewise, when they make a commission in the top tier, they're going to get emails, right? And the social networks are going to go insane with different email pictures that we have put together, and that's all we're going to tell you right now. It showcases results, folks. Be here on Sunday, and you're going to learn about what the different emails are. See some of those.
Oh, you're going to see them. If you're marketing right now and you're getting people in, then you might very well see some in your inbox. Just wanted to answer a question that came in because it's actually a really good question. We covered it in our last hangout, but we've not covered it in this hangout. Somebody asked, if I buy, do I have to buy all three of those product levels, or if I buy the top product level, i.e. the product that costs $65.97 during our pre-launch, will that qualify me for all of the different levels? The products are progressive, meaning that basically if you buy that $6,597 product, qualify to earn commissions there, as well as the other two levels without having to buy the other two levels.
Right.
So whatever product, so if you buy the middle one, right, the middle one is $32.97. If you buy that one, then you're qualified at the $32.97 level as well as the $9.97 level. Yep. Now here again, like Jordan said, this is a 33% discount. So you're going to pay these prices in pre-launch, and then you're going to be able to earn higher level commissions than what you're actually paying out, right? After that, which is really, really cool. That's really, really exciting. But there's even something that's more exciting, the bonus pools.
Right. So we're going to get into that in just a moment here, folks. This one's actually super duper exciting. Super duper.
So much the table is like shaking. You're like,
So that's what's going to happen, folks. During pre-launch, it's going to go nuts. People are going to start getting sucked in from everywhere. Now, whoever doesn't get sucked in during pre-launch, which is going to be a lot of people, are going to start looking and saying, holy cow, that person just made $10,000. Oh my God, they've never made money on that. They're brand new. They've been struggling for years and they're making money. It's crazy, right? Yeah. They're going to get sucked in. They're going to say, hey, I need in on this, right? It's exactly what happens. Then we're going to go into a blackout period, right? We're going to go into a blackout period where we're going to put together a video on a page where people can join the Freedom Fighters Network, and all of the traffic is going to flow. Well, not all of the traffic, but anyone, you know, we're going to have that page up. We're still going to have our normal funnel up. That's still going to be running and all that stuff. But we're going to be in that blackout period, and all these people are going to see this page of all these people saying, oh my God, look at all the results I got. It's absolutely crazy. Everyone's going to go bananas. And all these people are literally going to be waiting. There's going to be a timer on that page saying, the doors for the top tier open, launch goes live here, you can get in then, right? And people are going to be anxiously awaiting till that time happens. And as soon as those doors open, literally hundreds and thousands of more people are going to start plowing into that thing instantly, right? It's going to happen like that. Why? Because people are going to see the results that happen from a 7-day pre-launch. And they're going to say, oh my God, if that's the kind of money that was made then, oh my God, what's
on
about
a
to happen?
discounted product base, right? What's going to happen when we actually charge the normal prices for it? That's what's going to happen. And in case you guys are like, oh, this is all hypothetical, how do you know it's going to go this big? Guys, we get literally like hourly, we get emails and like not text messages, because actually nobody has our numbers really, other than a couple leaders. But we get Facebook messages, we get emails. Like everybody is literally not. I mean, there's so many people that are literally sitting there waiting for this thing to go live. And the reason why they're so excited about it, if you get these products, you're qualified to earn those levels. The only way to qualify to earn these different levels of commissions is to actually own the products. The really, really key thing here, especially if you guys have a team here already, is you need to make sure that you click that buy button before your team members click the buy button. You need to make sure that you're on this hangout. This hangout will seriously be, this is not an overstatement, this will be the most important hangout that you are ever going to be on this coming Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I don't care what you're planning on doing at that time. If it's not the hangout, you need to change your plans, because this hangout is very, very, very important. This hangout is what will help you to literally quit your job over the course of the next couple of months, literally following our exact formula. You know, literally doing exactly the same thing that you're already doing. The only difference is between somebody that's earning a $25 commission on someone and someone who's earning a $3,300 commission on someone is that that person decided to get positioned to earn a bigger commission. They're not doing anything different in the process. They're literally sending traffic the same exact way that the person that's earning $25 is. Do you guys get that? Is that exciting? Is that exciting to you guys, that you guys don't have to do any more work whatsoever to literally increase your bottom line from $25 to $3,300? That's so exciting. And by the way, the product's also cool. By the way, the product's also something that you'll want to use, that you'll want to buy. The product is awesome. You're not just going to look at it and be like, oh, I guess I'll buy this because I see a simple sales process that you know, it's foolproof. I can definitely make money with it. So I guess I'll buy this legal product because I have to. No, you're going to look at it. You're going to be like, shit, I can make money with it. And I really want this product. It's
Right.
cool.
That's awesome.
so cool. I'm so excited.
So, Phil, yes, if you decide after getting in that you want to upgrade, you will be able to still get the discounted price on the next level up. And folks, these
During
are
pre-launch.
this is a progressive product line, meaning you pay the difference between what you paid previously at this level to get to the next level, and probably a little bit extra. You know, there's going to be a little bit of a price difference extra. You know, just because we want to have some incentive for deciding to upgrade all the way right away. To buy the top level right away, we want to have a little bit more incentive. If someone decides to go in at the first level and say, hey, now I want to go into the second level, well, you're going to pay the difference and just a little bit more. And if you wait till after pre-launch to do that, you're obviously not going to get that discounted rate on the second or third level, right? So yes, you can upgrade by paying the difference, but plus a little bit more. Awesome. So moving into let's touch on the products as well as the commissions here. And folks, this is the simplest, absolute most beautifully simple commission structure I've ever seen, right? It is so simple. We are a 2-tier affiliate program. Yes, we earn high-level commissions, but we are still a 2-tier affiliate program. Now, within the Freedom Fighters Network, you earn, for every person that you personally refer that stays an active member of the Freedom Fighters Network, you earn $25 a month when they pay their $47 monthly membership, right? Now, take this at the same time. If one of your team members refers someone, for every month that that person stays active, you earn $5 from your second tier, 2 tiers, right? people you personally refer, and then people they personally refer. Your first tier is the people you refer. Second tier is the people that your personally referred people refer into the program, right? So it's a 2-tier commission structure. You earn a $5 commission on the second tier. Within our top tier program, you earn, depending on which product level we have, you either earn a 40% commission on the first level product, a 45% commission on the second level product, or a 50% commission on the top product. So there's 3 different products. You earn either a 40%, a 45%, or a 50% commission, depending on which one you qualify for and depending on which one you can earn commissions on. And your second tier, you earn 10% straight across the board. Okay, super simple. You earn 10% on your second tier. You earn either 40, 45, or 50 on your first tier, depending on which product is sold and depending on if you actually qualify to earn that commission, right? Super, super simple. These being, that train is super loud too.
I know.
These products being progressive, and you know what, I might wait on this till we actually have slides to show this part of it, because this part can actually, even though it's insanely simple, this part can actually get a little bit confusing. The bottom line, folks, is this: if you qualify to earn a level of commission by owning that product, and if that product is sold, you earn the commission based on what you actually qualify for. And if you don't qualify for that, guess what? You don't earn the commission, right?
So let me maybe explain it in a little more simple way.
I was gonna wait, like for that whole part. I think we should wait till we get slides, unless you can simplify it quick.
Well, basically, I was going to say, you know, if you buy in at the bottom level and you sell to somebody that buys in the middle level, you still earn the bottom level commission, right? That's basically how that works, and it's how it works at every single level. So that's why it's so important, and that's why we said, sorry, I'm like out of breath from the stairs. We do live in Colorado here. Had to run down there and grab some more water. That's why we said, you know, if you had an automated system that was either producing a $25 commission or a $3,300 commission, what commission level would you tell it to produce? The reason why we said that is because it's literally the case of you just getting positioned and you do nothing different. You send traffic, right? And whether you're positioned at the bottom level, the middle level, the top level, or no level at all, the system's gonna do its thing. It's just the case of where you're positioned is the amount of money you can make.
Right. Now, folks, a really simple thing here, us being a 2-tier affiliate program, and us not wanting to be an MLM for a few different reasons. We cannot have commissions passing up from 50 levels down, right? We can't do that, right? This is the exciting part, folks. We can't do that, and we don't want to do that, right? Because here's a thing I know. We're called the Freedom Fighters Network, right? We want you to have freedom. We want you to be able to market our company as well as that company or that company or that company or that product or your product or whatever. We want you to be able to market whatever it is that you want to market. Doesn't matter. If you want to market something else, you feel free to go ahead and do that. Here's the thing I know. There's a lot of companies out there that say, hey, if you're in another MLM, you can't market ours as well. If you're in another MLM company, you may not market our company as well. Even if you were bringing hundreds of thousands of dollars of business to that company, they will tell you, hey, you can't be here and there at the same time because you cannot market another MLM. A lot of MLM companies have those rules in place. A lot of them do, right? If we maintain being an affiliate program, a 2-tier affiliate program, to my knowledge, we're not subject to those rules, right? Like we are allowed to, you're allowed to be in our company and you're allowed to market other MLM companies unless they were to come to you and say, hey, you're not allowed to market the Freedom Fighters Network and us. Most MLM companies out there, most will say, hey, you're allowed to market affiliate products because it's internet and you can still market our company as well. Most MLMs out there, and I can't say all because I don't know all the rules of every single MLM company out there, most of them will allow you to market an affiliate program as well as their MLM company, right? So we want to maintain being an affiliate program and not an MLM company. Therefore, we cannot pass commissions up from 5 levels down. That being said, what happens to that money? Well, it doesn't go to me and Angela, right? It doesn't go to us, right?
None of it goes to us. 0 of it goes to us, right? Like that doesn't happen in most other companies. Most other companies will say, hey, if the money wasn't earned by someone, if the money was not earned by someone, that should go to the company, right? I've been in a lot of companies before where it's like, hey, the money wasn't actually qualified to be earned by someone, so that should go to the company. No, it shouldn't. That money should have been paid out to the market, to the people marketing the company, to the affiliates, to the people marketing the program.
So what could we do, and this is so exciting, folks, oh my God, is we take that money and we throw it into a bonus pool. And then each and every single week, and we might switch it up, we might do a 2-week thing, we might do a 1-week thing, we might do a 4-week thing, we're gonna switch it up, right? During pre-launch, it's for pre-launch only. That bonus pool is gonna get divided up between the company. It's going to get divided up between every one of you who's out there marketing and getting results. Now, this is another reason why this is so exciting. And this doesn't just go, a lot of times you'll see a bonus pool and it's like, hey, the top 10 people in the company get this bonus pool divided up between them, and everyone else, nope, you didn't qualify, you don't earn it, right? What we've decided to do, remember folks, our company is all about helping the brand new person or the struggling marketer. And yes, we know that leaders are going to make a shitload of money here because of that, right? We're not discriminating against leaders. We love you too, right? We want you, if you're brand new right now, to become a leader and earn hundreds of thousands of dollars with us and even millions. We want that, right? Like, we don't want to say, hey, once you get past a certain point, you need to leave our company because we don't like leaders here. We love leaders. We want to help you become a leader. That being said, we also know that it sucks when a brand new person's looking and saying, oh, yeah, it's the same 10 people that win the money every time. I'll never get there. And it's discouraging, right? It's absolutely discouraging for people. Well, what if we could take that money and evenly divide it up between all the people that actually produced a result? Meaning, if you produce a result by selling either, the tier 1, the tier 2, or the tier 3 product, you get a percentage, you get a share of that, or multiple shares of that bonus pool. And when you sell more products, the more products you sell, the more shares you get. How much more fair can it get? It can't get any more fair than that. If someone over here is selling 300 products or getting 300 points, bonus points by the amount of products they sell, and someone over here is selling 5 points worth of product, right? They get 5 points, 5 shares of the bonus pool, and this person gets 300 shares. It's very, very awesome. Here is where the pre-launch thing is just so freaking cool, folks. And here's what we're going to do.
Sexy.
This is why you want to get in now. This is why you want to get started during pre-launch. This is going to change your lives. I promise you this. When you understand this, this is absolutely crazy. Now, folks, for those of you that decide to plug in with the Freedom Fighters Network during pre-launch, for those of you that decide to plug in with the top tier and buy into the top tier during the pre-launch and get started with us now, we said we want to incentivize you. We want to give you something that no one else will ever be able to get, right? You're going to get what we are calling the bonus pool multiplier, meaning it doubles. So if you don't qualify, well, double times 0 still equals 0, right? It doesn't do anything for people that aren't producing results. But here's what it does mean. If Angela were to go out there and get 10 points one week for the bonus pool, she would now have 20. If she were to go out there and get 200 points one week during the bonus pool, she would now have 400 points, right? Or 400 points worth of shares in that bonus pool. The people that come in during pre-launch will have that 2 times multiplier for life, as long as you qualify. Again, folks, if you go out there and 1 week in our bonus pool, you don't do anything and you don't produce any results, 2 times 0 is 0, right? In case you don't know that, 2 times 0 equals 0. But for whatever points you actually earn and qualify for, we will double that, right? You will get a bigger share for life of every single bonus pool that you qualify for. Plain and simple. Now, we're not going to...
Did you guys hear this? Like, seriously, how exciting is that? Just by getting started and taking action this week, you can literally earn double money for life. Double money for life out of our bonus pool. Like, how cool is that? That is just freaking, like, this is like one of the things I'm just, like... We came up with this idea on last Thursday? This was like, we came up with this idea. We were on with our programmer, and like Jordan and I were talking. We came up with this idea, and we were telling him about it. And this ended up being like a 4-hour conversation. We ended up getting off the phone at like 2:30 in the morning. And I was like wired, like until 3:30. I'm like sitting there in bed, like, I'm so excited. I can't sleep. Because this is how we can literally take our founding members of the Freedom Fighters Network, the people that have been with us since the beginning, or, I mean, this is still the beginning, so if you get started today, you're still a founding member. It's how we can really reward those people for believing in us. Because,
for being a founding member.
And for being a founding member. You know, we believe in each and every one of you. We know that you guys can have success here. How do we know it? Well, we proved that you guys could. That's why we launched the Freedom Fighters Network the way that we did, was because we found a way finally for people to actually succeed. We finally found a way for people to actually succeed. That's why I'm still in this industry. Otherwise, I'd be off selling insurance again because I was friggin' sick and tired of watching people fail. It was really, really frustrating for me to bring in, you know, so many hundreds and thousands of people and watch them not succeed. The reason why we created this is so that you guys can succeed. So with that, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and pass it back over to you. I'm rambling.
Man.
I'm freaking excited.
So folks, we will have a bonus pool during pre-launch, right? We will have a bonus pool during pre-launch, and it will be for that 7-day, 9-hour window. Any money that goes into that bonus pool will get divided up at the end of that 7-day, 9-hour thing between the people that actually qualify to earn those points. Now, you know, you'll get double points, yes, but everyone will get double points, so it's really just like single points for pre-launch. After that, though, you guys are at an advantage to everyone else out there, right? Now, we've got some other cool things coming along that will allow them to actually get multipliers as well, but it will also, now here's the kicker, folks, it will also allow you to get another multiplier, meaning you can not only get double bonus points, but you can get triple bonus points, right? And we're not going to talk about that here today. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. This is a really exciting thing that is going to put more money in your pocket for life, provided you're someone who takes action right away, right? So we're going to incentivize you for getting in and taking action right away. We've got some incentives for you that go out there and take action and get results right away and bring some people in. We're going to talk about that later. My God, I don't know about you, but I quite honestly think if we just stopped right there and just said, hey, we've got a bonus pool and this is how it works, and you get, like, people should be just running around the room right now, jumping up and down, doing cartwheels, right? Like, we came up with this idea, like, kind of, I'm not gonna lie, it was on accident, you know, we didn't, and nothing's really on accident, it happens on purpose. We were sitting there and we were like, hey, we can't do that, so, oh my God, what about that, right? Like, so it wasn't really on accident, folks. But we came up with this idea like about a week ago. When this idea got had, we were like, oh, this just changed the game. This just dramatically shifted the entire game forever, right? Like, this just absolutely changed things. And we're going to talk about more of those things later. So folks, this bonus pool is going to be going on just for pre-launch. That alone is going to be bringing some people in and getting people that want to get started and be earning part of this bonus pool. This is going to be happening during pre-launch. People will not only get to make all this money during pre-launch, but then we're going to go ahead and say, hey, you get to earn more money because the bonus pool giveaway, right? The bonus pool is going to get divided up at the end of that 7-day, 9-hour period between all the people that qualify. And for however many points you get, however many shares you get, that's how many bonus points you're going to get. That's how much money you're going to get out of that bonus pool. And again, folks, the cool thing about this is we get to restructure it on a weekly basis. We can keep it the same for a while. You know, we're finding something that works. We're going to probably keep running with it. We might throw a twist in here and say, hey, some of that's going to go here and it's going to put more money here. We're going to do all sorts of different things. We're going to do all sorts of different things with that bonus pool. But the bottom line is this. It means that all the money that should go out to the marketers, you, the affiliates, the referral partners, all of the money that should go out to you guys will go out to all of you. It will not come to us, right? It will not go to the company. We'll be like, oh, that one, no one qualified to earn that, so we're just going to keep that. I've seen companies do this before, right? And it's because they didn't think. It's not because they're, you know, it's not because it's probably because of greed. It's probably not because of anything else. It's probably because they just literally didn't have the foresight to say, hey, what if we put this all into a bonus pool and divided it up evenly, right? They just didn't think of that, right? It's not their fault, but we did, and I'm so excited about that. I am so excited about that. It's not even funny.
The double points you mentioned is only.
It's the double points is for people that get started with the top tier program during pre-launch. Because you decide to get started, because you decide to join the top tier program during pre-launch in that 7-day, 9-hour window, you will qualify to earn double bonus points for life, right? Because you decide to get started during pre-launch, you will be qualified to earn double bonus points on every single bonus pool that ever happens in the Freedom Fighters Network for life. Okay? Awesome.
Yeah, if that's not clear to anyone, if you have any questions about that, do post in the comments section so we can address them. Because if that's not clear to you, there's a good chance it might not be clear to somebody else too. And we do want to make sure that that you guys get your questions answered. Man, I'm pumped. This is going to be awesome. I've been like waiting for this day. You know, we say we launched the Freedom Fighters Network for the top tier programs so that you guys could literally put money into traffic and have a system that it didn't matter, you know, what you did. if you just sent traffic, you could earn big commissions. Like, we've been literally waiting for this day that's coming in literally less than 40 hours now, or less than 41 hours, I think Jordan said earlier, since the day that we launched the Freedom Fighters Network. It's almost here. We are literally like so few hours away from all you guys being able to make so much more money than you've ever made in the industry, so much more money than you ever made in your jobs. It's literally going to be the case of sending traffic, knowing your average customer value, and earning money. That's it. That's all you guys have to do.
That's awesome.
So freaking simple. Do we have any more questions, or is there anything else that you want to add?
I don't see any more questions. I don't see more questions coming in, folks. I think we've pretty much covered everything here. Getting in right away, getting in during pre-launch right away is absolutely key, and getting in at the highest level possible is absolutely key, folks, because, you know, nice, Tammy. Love you, Tammy. She's got to be just pumped off of that one. I mean, who would not be, right? Who would not be pumped off of that? We're all about giving you guys as much money as we possibly can, while being able to deliver the high quality product and keep the company afloat, right? And keep the company going, keep the company in profit, and giving you the most money out to the marketplace is absolutely possible. And we've got some other things up our sleeves, folks. Like, trust me when I say we've got some other things up our sleeves that we can't share yet, right? We can't share yet. Why? If we spilled all the beans at once, oh my God, like you'd be like, oh my God, your head might explode. Right? Like, we don't want that, right? And some of these ideas just came up the other day. Now, here's one thing I will say. Oftentimes, and pretty much I think all the time, when an affiliate of a company becomes $1 million earner in that company, meaning they earn over $1 million in commissions, something special is done for that person. It might be like a wristwatch. It might be a vacation. It might be a new car. It might be a ring. It might be a necklace. It might be literally, there's all sorts of different things out there that might happen, right? When that person earns $1 million, it might be like a giant check on stage and a huge celebration and whatever, right? Trust me when I say that there is not a single company out there that has done what we are going to do for our $1 million earners. And it won't just be the first one. That being said, the first one that happens it's going to be pretty exciting, right? Like, we will not tell you what it is until the first $1 million. I can't wait to tell you what it is, but we're not going to tell you what it is until someone earns $1 million. And the first one out there to earn $1 million, trust me when I tell you that this thing is so freaking cool, you're like, oh my God, how did no one else ever think of this? This is the most amazing thing ever, right? Well, me and Angela have always been on a mission here. And I'll tell you this, when we're talking about ideas, when we're thinking about ideas, we look at it and we say, how can we be different from other people and have something amazing? Like, what can we do differently, right? We don't want to be the same as this person. We don't want to, we might look at a company and say, oh, that's a good idea. Like, we should incorporate that here. How can we make it different and better, right? That's our entire goal all the time, right? We want to think of amazing things that are different and better.
Sorry.
You're talking about to John? We don't.
I was actually just reading that as you were. So the bottom line is, guys, I'm just going to go ahead and finish Jordan's thought. What we came up with for the $1 million, our first $1 million person, and every $1 million person thereafter that earns $1 million in commissions with us, I guarantee you is like the coolest thing that you guys ever heard of, for a prize for $1 million. So it's super exciting. I mean, there's so many different. Get out there and earn $1 million. Yeah, get out there and earn $1 million because there's just so many different ideas that Jordan and I come up with. Like, for the longest time in this industry, like, I've had different ideas and different things that I wanted to do, but since I wasn't like the owner of the company, I couldn't actually do certain things. Well, now that Jordan and I are like in control of the company, basically every idea that we have, we go to our programmer and we're like, is this possible? And he tells us, guys, at this point, you should know anything is possible, right? And then we know we can do anything. So it's literally the case of us just coming up with ideas, which is actually what he and I are best at, is just literally sitting around. We had a couple-hour drive the other day, a few-hour drive, and it was like the entire drive, we were just coming up with idea after idea after idea. I'm going to actually repeat his question. You said no, but I want to make sure that we repeat it for the people that are maybe watching the replay. So the question is do you have any expectation of what percentages of purchases will be tier 1 versus tier 2 and tier 3?
I mean, we don't have any expectation yet. That's kind of what pre-launch is for, folks.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go ahead and say that a lot of people are going to go to either tier 2 or tier 3 because they see the value here. They want to save as much money as possible, and they want to position themselves to earn as much money as possible. And by, you know, like you're saving the same percentage no matter what level you come in at, but that percentage is so much bigger when it's a $1,500 product versus a $5,000 product versus a $10,000 product. And then here's the other thing is you get positioned to not only, you don't earn the pre-launch commissions for life, you earn what the person pays. You earn the percentage of what the person pays. So whether they're paying the regular time period, the regular launch discounted price, there's going to be a 7-day window of a discount, or the actual retail price, you will earn the commission on that. And so when people see that, they're going to say, hey, I can pay this much here, and then I can go sell one $10,000 product and almost pay for what I paid for here. What makes sense, right? People are going to be jumping as high up as they can possibly go as quickly as possible for those reasons.
And to piggyback on that, you know, like I said before, we do have people that are literally emailing us and Facebook messaging us like all the time about these products. I can tell you with certainty that literally about 90+% of the people that I'm hearing from, and I can't speak for Jordan because he gets messages too, but I can tell you that 90+% of the people that I'm hearing from that are like, I'm so excited, I can't wait to get started, I don't even know what the product is, but I'm ready to buy, are talking about the top level. They're talking about that top level because that's where the most savings is to be had. You know, if you don't get into the top now, then you're going to pay more later. And you know, there's other awesome benefits and things like that that we're not going to get into on this particular hangout because we are not going to actually spill all of the beans. Only some of them. We're spilling half the can of beans here. You guys get all the rest of the beans on Sunday at 3 p.m. So be sure to be there. Be sure that you're an active member, guys. I mean, this is like such a no-brainer to be able to participate in literally a paradigm shift. You guys have seen this already. This is already a paradigm shift. It's not, you know, like this is definitely going to be another paradigm shift. It was already a paradigm shift when we had a way for the front end to convert and people to just send traffic and get signups. Now that we have a way for the back end to be automated, it's like the secondary paradigm shift. You guys are all here can be a part of that. Yep. You guys can be a part of that. You can only be a part of it if you actually take action and get started. So if you're not a member yet, I mean, what are you doing? Go ahead and click the link below and become a member.
Right now, here's the other thing, folks. Going right now, becoming an active member of the Freedom Fighters Network, which you can do by clicking the button down below, you can start inviting people to this exact page, right? You can start inviting people to the front end of our funnel. You can start building a team and getting people in right away before the pre-launch actually goes live on Sunday. And I don't remember what time we're doing it tomorrow. We'll get some information out via email here, either late tonight or early tomorrow morning. We're doing another live hangout tomorrow to get more people into the Freedom Fighters Network, because the more people you have in your team in the Freedom Fighters Network that see us live on Sunday, that get to join us for the live hangout of the pre-launch on Sunday, the more money you have the chance to make, right? So go out there and get as many people here as possible, get as many people to watch this video as possible with your affiliate ID number at the end of the link, right? With your affiliate ID number on the end of the link. Get as many people here as possible. You see that link up above? There's an equal sign at the end of it with an affiliate ID number there. When you replace that with your affiliate ID number that you get when you sign up and join the Freedom Fighters Network, you put your affiliate ID number there. When you send people to this site here, when you share it on Facebook and post it to your friends and do some emails and do the different stuff that we're going to teach you, when you do that, they'll be joining you. And then when they see this hangout on Sunday afternoon, they're going to be getting started in the top tier with you, and you'll be able to make a whole lot of money there as well.
So somebody had a really good question. I believe his name is Phil. Username is aphil. It says, should we assume that the website and the vendor being used to process payments will not crash sites on Sunday with all the traffic? You know, we're actually on with our programmer. We have Elastic servers. So those of you guys who are techie, you understand what that means. It means we've got like all sorts of different instances and things of that nature. I'm not going to get into what exactly that means.
It means it can grow like elastic pants as you get, like
if you get
eat
really
Thanksgiving
fat.
dinner.
There you go. That's a really easy way of explaining it.
That's why I wear my stretchy pants at Thanksgiving, because they're elastic. They stretch. As
Nice.
I fill myself with turkey and stuffing and mashed potatoes,
Thanksgiving, I'm excited.
we send more traffic into there, and it grows and grows and grows and grows.
Yeah, so we have absolutely have server capacity. Some of you guys, I don't know if we actually ever mentioned this on a live hangout. When our first month of launch, we went through 52 terabytes of bandwidth in videos, from our sales video and capture page video being played over and over and over again to so many millions of people. So we've got the server capacity, we've got the processing capacity, we've got everything we need. It's why it's taken so long, not because of that, but because of just the product generation idea and things of that nature. We're ready to go on Sunday. We were actually ready to go last Sunday. The only reason that we didn't launch this last Sunday was because it was an Australian holiday, because Sunday here is Monday there, and there was like a World Cup thing or something or other going on, and our tech team would have been absent. And so we want to make sure that our tech team is there. Even though we have servers, we've got everything we need, you don't want to do a multi-million-dollar product launch without a tech team, right? So they're going to be there. Yeah, so that, hopefully that answers your question. I think there's a couple more. Kazam, it says, do we automatically get a commission off of what we'll sell during pre-launch in order to earn a commission? Do we have to get leads of our own? The only thing that you need to do in order to earn commissions, right, is send traffic. If you're not a member yet, so you may not know, in step 4, you can buy traffic. It's from the exact same sources that me and Jordan use in order to get traffic to our own sites. It's all been tested, it's proven to convert, right? If you're on a tight budget, you can get traffic and leads through our free marketing strategy, which we'll teach you in step 5. So if you're not a member, go ahead and click below and become a member. That's how commissions are earned. And in terms of how you get into the bonus pool during pre-launch, the only thing you need to do is make a sale in the top tier.
Yep.
Make one sale in the top tier, and you are in the bonus pool. You will earn a share of the money that's in there, basically, right?
Yep.
That's the simplest way of probably explaining it. I think so, anyway. Let's see if you have a better way.
Yeah, I think basically in a nutshell, what you said is you don't earn money unless you sell the products, right? Like, now that doesn't mean that you have to get up and do the presentation and that you have to get up there and tell people and convince them to buy. It means you send traffic. It means the person that you referred into the Freedom Fighters Network decided to buy the products by watching our sales presentation. A person that you personally referred here, whether you knew them or not, whether they came here because you posted something on Facebook, or whether they came here because you sent traffic from YouTube, or whether they came here because you paid and got traffic sent over to your site, whatever way that happens, however you get traffic here, when those people decide to buy stuff, they're buying it through you. You're the one that referred them here to the network, right? You're the one that referred them here to this community. You earn the commission because the people that you referred here decided to buy something, right? That's it in a nutshell. And the bonus pool, yes, to qualify you, nice. Perfect.
Awesome. Perfect.
Well, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Cool. So, with that being said, folks, I just want to leave you with, I think we're getting ready to round out here.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing another hangout tomorrow. You can invite people there. We will write some email copies for you and get it there, right? You can get people there. They will join you. Come Sunday, this thing is going to just go absolutely insane. The biggest thing I want you to know is success loves speed, right? So if you go out there and you just go absolutely insane and you create a very quick success story, I don't care if it's earning your first $400. I don't care if it's earning your first $3,300 commission. And I don't care if it's even bigger than that. Whatever it is, you go out there and you get a result. The faster you do that, the quicker you do that, the more you're going to be able to attract people into you, right? Now, if I came to you and said, hey, I've been working on this thing for 5 years now, and I finally, I've been following the same process. I've been doing the exact same thing for 5 years now, and I finally just earned my first commission, right? You'd be like, well, forget that. But if I said to you, hey, I plugged in with this thing, and on day 1, I earned a commission, they'd be like, what did you do? Well, I followed the system. I followed the formula. I followed what was proven, right? I'll show you once you get inside, you'll follow the exact same formula I followed. you'll follow the exact same 5-6 step process that I followed. That took me 45 minutes to go through the first 5 steps, and then very quick to make a decision to say, hey, if I'm going to be getting people to go through these first 5 steps and go here, I might as well be positioned to earn the most money possible, right? Folks, getting a quick result, creating quick success. Remember, success loves speed. The faster it happens, the more people you're going to attract into you, right? That's why when we go out there on Sunday and all this happens, and come Monday morning, we're like, holy cow, did you see what happened? And it's all over Facebook. Hundreds of thousands of people are all over Facebook saying, holy cow, that was insane. Did you see that? Did you see how much money was made? Did you see how much money flowed through there, right? All of a sudden, success attracts like speed, and more people are gonna be like, hey, that happened really quick. I want in on that, because it's literally like a snowball. And people are gonna wanna be part of that snowball, because it's gonna keep rolling and getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. People want to be a part of that snowball because they can earn some money, they can make commissions off of being a part of that snowball, right? So become a part of that snowball, start packing snow on there, start getting people over to this snowball, start getting leads over to this snowball, start getting people into the snowball, and you will make some of that snowball bigger. You'll make some of that money, folks. You know, that was not the last thing that I wanted to leave you with. And now there's a train going by, which kind of draws my attention away. But folks, the truth of the matter is this. There's a few different people out there watching this presentation right now. There's some of you out there who are just, you're ready to rock this thing. You're like, I'm doing this. This is awesome, right? I am so excited about this. I'm so pumped, and I'm doing this. And come Sunday, you're the first ones through the door, right? And you're going to go out there and you're going to get results, and you're going to make a ton of money right away, right out of the gate. There's other people out there that are that are saying, yeah, I believe this thing, and I believe it can work for people, but I'm not sure if it can work for me yet. And they're going to sit there on the sideline and kind of watch it and make a wrong decision. And they'll probably get started by the end of pre-launch, and maybe not even by the end of pre-launch, but maybe by launch. And they'll go on to make some money with us. And they might go on to make a lot of money, but it's going to take a whole lot longer, right? It's going to take a whole lot longer than the people who are quick action takers, right? Then there's going to be people out there that are looking at this and saying, yeah, they can do it, and they might be able to do it, but I'll never be able to do it. So I'm just going to sit here and watch. And 6 months down the road, 12 months down the road, they're going to be kicking themselves. Now, let me tell you, folks, I remember being in a company years ago, the same one that Angela's talking about here, where I watched a friend of ours. He was the early adopter, right? He was out there going absolutely nuts. He was going absolutely bananas insane. It took me 5 days of seeing him do this before I decided to jump on that thing. He earned $50,000 his first month. I earned $10,000 my first month, right? Bumps hit in the road, not once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, whatever, tons of bumps in the road. After tons of bumps and months down the road, I said, hey, I got to go. Like, I got to go somewhere else, right? Well, they stuck. Those people, some of those people stuck, and I walked away. I was able to come back to that company a year later, and I was able to make 6 figures, almost $200,000. I'm somewhere between 150 and 200. I haven't actually looked at my commissions there in quite a few months since we started the Freedom Fighters Network, so I honestly have no clue what it is that I earned over there. But I was able to make a very substantial amount of money marketing over there, right? I was able to make a very substantial amount of money, right? The people that were there in the beginning, the people that didn't wait until it had been proven and tested and tried and true and all this other stuff, the people that were there in the beginning, a lot of them making the same kind of money I was making going into that company went on to make millions, and I made 6 figures, right? They made millions, I made 6 figures. What was the difference? What was the difference? The timing. What was the difference? They positioned themselves early enough. They were in the center of that snowball, and people got sucked into it. They were out there going nuts, saying, oh my God, this thing's amazing. They made their first $500. They're like, this is amazing. They made their next $500. This is amazing. They made $1,000, $2,000. They made $10,000. They made $30,000, $40,000. And they just kept going nuts with it, right? Because people look at that and they say, hey, you just keep making more money, and I want to be a part of that because I want to make money too, right? That's exactly what happened. That is what is about to happen again. The only question I have for you is, which one of those 3 people are you going to be? Are you going to be someone who's jumping in right away and making money with us right away? Are you going to be someone who's making a lot less money but still going to be able to make a lot of money over time? Or are you going to be someone that kicks yourself years down the road because you didn't take action right now? You know, I remember my brother telling me a story years ago. I remember him telling me a story. He said, you know, Jordan, I had the opportunity years ago you guys know what Google is. I know you do because you're on a Google Hangout. Google is now a verb. It's a noun. It's an adjective. It's literally every tense, every possible. Google it. It's a phrase. Go Google it, right? Before Google was a phrase like that, before it was anything, my brother saw it and he said, hey, they're going public. I can buy stocks in this company and they're super cheap. And I think it's going to be a big company. I think it's going to be a huge company. And he had $10,000 cash to stick into that company. And he told some of his friends, he said, hey, this looks amazing. I'm going to be one of the early adopters. I'm going to get in on this thing and the ground floor opportunity here. And I think it's going to do well. Well, they all said, man, it's not proven yet. You don't know anything about it. There's a lot of companies that pop up. This company could go under. This company could do nothing, right? Don't stick all of your money into that. Do not put all of your effort and money into that company, right? Because you don't know. And he listened to them. He listened to them. And I know he kicks himself all the time because had he done that, had he stuck that $10,000 into Google back before it was a verb, he'd have literally made hundreds of thousands, potentially millions of dollars by now off of doing that and letting it ride, right? Off of being an early adopter. And here's the difference, folks. Here's the difference. We've already tested and proven the Freedom Fighters Network. We've already gone through the launch, the bumps and bruises, right? We've already done that. We already proved that we can help a brand new person make money that doesn't know what the heck they're doing. Some of them are watching this Hangout right now. Yeah. A lot of them are on this Hangout right now. They're saying, hey, I was brand new. I didn't know what I was doing. Some of them might be you. You might be the ones going to go make $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 in the next week or month or whatever with us, and you never made money online before, and you've never even been online before, and you're brand new, right? The bottom line is we've proven that we can help a brand new person. We've proven that we can help someone who's been struggling online for years. We've proven it. We have proven that we can do that, right? That is the difference. And we're proven, and are you going to get in? I mean, it's pretty simple. Click the button down below. Get started with the Freedom Fighters Network right now. We got less than 40 hours till we go live with the top tier. And that, my friends, is what is going to change. You see, a lot of people were thinking, oh my God, I'm not making money with this $25 thing. I'm not making enough money here. I'm actually losing money. Well, folks, you should not have been in profit with the $25 sales. We wanted to sell you into a top tier of a different kind in the beginning. We had to part ways with that company, right? We had to part ways with that company and we had to build our own company because we just couldn't find another company out there that had our vision, that had our drive, that had our purpose, that had the big enough vision to literally help tens of thousands of people make the kind of money that we want to help them make. Other people did not have the same vision we had. We had to build our own company, right? You were not meant to make hundreds of thousands of dollars in your first few months from the Freedom Fighters Network $25 and $5 commissions. That was not the purpose of that, right? Some people will go on to make hundreds of thousands of dollars off the $25 commissions and the $5 commissions. I know it'll happen, right? There's people that are well on track to doing that, right? Within the year, there will be people that will do that. But the average person will not. That was never the goal, right? The goal was to have you come in, get a result on the front end, and help you sell a higher priced product independent of you having to be a professional salesperson, independent of you having to understand all sorts of upsell processes and crazy stuff that you shouldn't have to understand because more than likely you've never done it before. More than likely you've not made tons of money online and helped tons of people succeed before. More than likely you don't understand all that stuff like I didn't 6 years ago. But you'd love to be able to make money with that. This is where it all changes. This is where the money is made. It's in the top tier. It's in the high-priced products, and it's all happening this Sunday. And if you're not a member of the Freedom Fighters Network by that point in time, you don't get to learn about it. So get in. Start your 7-day free trial right now by clicking the button down below and getting started with the person who invited you here. And let's go rock this thing. That's all I got, babe. You can take it home from here or end it, whatever you want to do.
You know, I think that was probably the perfect stopping point. If you've been here with us the last 2 hours and you're not in yet, my only question for you is why not? What are you doing? Get in. With that, you know, we're going to go ahead and close up. We're at the top of the second hour here, and we will see you guys tomorrow. We're going to give you guys some Hangout copy to send out to your teams. We will be going live tomorrow afternoon. Don't have a solid time yet, but we'll have one here in the next 10 minutes or so. We're writing up the email. And with that, we'll see you guys tomorrow, and then we'll see you guys on Sunday for the big day. See you then, guys. Take care. Good night.